Hello and welcome back to another football commentaries live stream. We return a week after the first leg where Rangers had a flat and underwhelming performance to the hands of a Braga side who are full of confidence with 4 wins in a row now in all competitions. But at Ibrox in Glasgow, the Gers fans can really come alive and drag their team through any of the toughest fixtures possible. And the games do not get much bigger than this. A Europa League quarter-final where Rangers trail 1-0 and look to make their first Europa League semi-final since the competition was rebranded. For Braga, they reached the final back in 2011 and will want to climb a little bit further to rejoin the old success they have in this competition. Giovanni van Bronckhorst, the Rangers manager, has been in charge from November and has overseen 30 games with 20 wins. Tonight, he and the fans will want one of the biggest performances in recent memory to reach the last 4 of a European competition. You can never write off Rangers, but can they overturn their 1-0 deficit to Braga tonight at Ibrox? What a massive game it is tonight for Rangers and Braga as well. I know I'm English, British. I want Rangers to go through. I really do. You know, I've like I said last week, I've followed their European journey now for the last couple of years, and seriously, they've been really impressive. Very, very disappointed with them last week. I thought they were really, really poor. They could have done a lot better. Very flat. Didn't create many chances. And Braga were just overall the better side, and Rangers will probably look back and think that they were probably a little bit lucky not to concede more than 1 goal. But they didn't concede more than 1 goal. It is only a 1-goal deficit. That's all they need to overturn tonight. And to be honest, if you look on paper at the other teams left in the competition, Braga are probably the easiest side left. So in the draw, they got lucky, and tonight they need a mega, mega performance. Can they bring it out tonight for the fans? We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to go through the lineups. They are on screen, but I'm going to go through them a little bit more on paper. So let's go through them right now. Number 1, Alan McGregor in goal for Rangers. This is appearance number 41 for the season. Captain James Tavernier is on appearance 49 for the season tonight, scoring 12 goals and getting 16 assists so far this season. 2 centre-backs of Connor Goldson and Calvin Bassey moved from left-back to centre-back for this game, and Borna Barisic coming in to fill in as the left-back for Rangers tonight. Unsure of their system in midfield, I've gone for a diamond 4, but it could be many, many different formations, so once it kicks off, we'll find out as quick as we can what system they're going for. But I think in holding midfield, they're going to go for Ryan Jack, who's making his 6th Europa League appearances, all in the last 6 games in this competition, and he started all 6 of those appearances. In midfield to the left, I'm going to go with Joe Aribo, who replaces Glenn Kamara from the first leg. He's also on appearance number 49 for the season in all competitions. And a return in the side for Aaron Ramsey. Got Rangers off to a great start a week and a bit ago against Celtic in the league. He now rejoins the starting 11 now, playing in an advanced position. And they're going to go for I said John Lundstrom as well in the midfield, by the way. John Lundstrom on the right, Aribo on the left. Ramsey just a little bit ahead, with Kent and Kamar Roof being the most advanced forwards. I've gone for them playing up front. We could see Ramsey on the right, Kent on the left, and Roof up front. We'll just have to wait and see when the teams come out. But like I said, Kamar Roof coming into the back of this game off of a hat-trick in the last game against St Mirren. This is number 70 for appearances for Rangers since he joined in 2020. Can Kamar Roof not replace Alfredo Morelos, who was out for the season injured, but can he try and replicate a certain amount of goals in this competition? He's only got 1 so far, Kamar Roof, in the competition, and that was in the group stage against Brøndby. So lack of goals in this competition, but I'm sure they'll look for goals from the likes of Ramsey, Ryan Kent, Aribo, who's also a goal-scoring midfielder as well. He's on 8 for the season so far, yet to score in the Europa League though. So we'll just have to wait and see. So that is the Rangers lineup. You can check the substitutes just to the bottom of your screen if you'd like. And for Braga, they stay with a back 3, but they have changed system slightly. In goal is the Brazilian Mateus. 3 centre-backs have had a change. Paulo Oliveira comes in. Jan Couto, who played at right wing back last week, drops to the bench, and Paulo Oliveira comes in at right centre back. Vitor Tormina, the Brazilian centre half, and David Carmo also plays in the back three, and this is where the change comes in. Fabiano Silva, who did play at right centre back, is moved to wing back, and they've replaced one of their wingers, Ayori Medeiros, with a central midfielder. So instead of a 3-4-3, they've gone for a 3-5-2 to really solidify their midfield, and their midfield does rely on Andre Castro, the 34-year-old experienced central midfielder. The Libyan midfielder Al Mazrati plays alongside Andre Horta, who did have a disallowed goal last week, and Rodrigo Gomez, the 18-year-old left wing-back, keeps his spot. And like I say, Ayori Medeiros, not in the team. He's on the bench today, playing right wing, so they've gone for just two flat forwards, and that is going to be Abel Ruiz, who scored here in the last meetings between the two sides before this quarter-final, where they faced each other in the round of 32 in the 2019-2020 season. He scored at Ibrox, and he also scored last week as well, and he'll play alongside the captain, Ricardo Horta, who is on currently 19 goals for the season. Can he get number 20 tonight? And as you can see as well on the bench, that is just below. You can check that out if you'd like. So they're the two teams, and the two sides are walking out to the Ibrox field. Like I say, Braga have been here before. Quite a few players were here 2 years ago when they last met in the Europa League before this tie was announced. And I can mention a few of those who were at Braga during that last meeting in 2020, just before the COVID pandemic. But if you are new here, please like and subscribe. Kickoff is just under 3 minutes away. And like I say, Mateus, the goalkeeper, was here 2 years ago in the first leg. The first leg was at Ibrox last time these two teams met. Abel Ruiz was also in the team as well. Trincao, who is now of Wolves on loan, he was also in the team as well. So a few of them still in the Braga side. I notice if Aribo, Jack Lundstrom, Morelos can't be because he's not playing, or Sakala. So that is Aribo, Jack Lundstrom and Sakala. If any of them get booked, they will miss a first leg in the semi-final if they were to get there. And for Braga, if Al-Mazrati, Andre Castro and Carmo get booked, they will also miss the first leg of the semi-final if they get there. And also Francisco Moura, the left-back, but he's on the bench, so he may not come on and get a yellow card. So they could miss semi-finals if they are booked. UEFA here think it's a 4-2-3-1 where Aribo plays on the right-hand side to maybe cut on from the right and maybe get some shots away with his stronger left foot. We'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be a close game. We know that. Braga played well last week to get an advantage, but maybe come the end of this tie, they may believe that they probably should have got a bit of a greater advantage on Rangers, who are so dangerous in this stadium. Referee is Frenchman Francois Letexier. He's only aged 32. When I commentated Lyon PSG a couple of months ago, he was also referee, so I do know his refereeing style. You know, age 32, being a referee at such this high level, he's going to be pretty good. He is refereed 2 previous Europa League games. This is his third 124 game of the season, and it will be a feisty one. It'll be intense, but Rangers are definitely up for the battle, and so are Braga. They have got revenge themselves. They'll want to revenge that 2020 defeat at Ibrox and at their home ground where they were knocked out by Rangers. That, you know, even though it's 2 years ago and a lot of the team isn't there anymore at Braga, they'll want revenge on that. So we'll have to see how feisty we are. We've got a Rangers kick-off with Kamaru. Rangers will be kicking from right to left in the first half, Braga left to right. We shall wait for the referee's whistle to get underway for the quarter-final second leg, Rangers versus Braga at Ibrox, who will come out victorious and will proceed to the last 4. We've got the other games as well. Atalanta Leipzig was played earlier on, and Leipzig proceeded through to that game. So whoever wins this will be playing RB Leipzig. So we are kicking off here with Kamaru playing it back to Connor Goldson at right centre half. Goes across to Calvin Bassey, back to Connor Goldson. And instead of playing a long ball forward, he eventually just play a long ball forward towards the right-hand side. No one's there. Rangers can push up the field, and it will be a throw-in for Braga on their left-hand side. And there is the man, Giovanni van Bronckhorst, who needs to piece the puzzle to get through this quarter-final against a Braga side who's well set up under Carlos Carvajal, formerly manager of Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea. As the ball is cleared forward by David Carmo, but it's not very convincing. It's a Rangers throw-in and they take it quickly. And here he is, the man on loan from Juventus, Aaron Ramsey, has to backtrack into the Rangers half to keep the ball, and he shifts it along to Lundstrom. Barisic lifted down the line to Ryan Kent in behind. He will keep it in to avoid the goal kick. Chops back, tries to take on Fabiano Silva. Goes to the edge of the box here to John Lundstrom. Back out to Borna Barisic. We know he's got a good cross on him, and he swings it in. Aribo helps it on towards Tavernier. Oh, it's in! He somehow squeezed it in, and we're just over a minute in, and Rangers have already cut the deficit from 1-0. Oh, James Tavernier, where would they be without him? He always scores in the big games. Wow. He scored 2 at Ibrox against Dortmund 2 rounds ago. He scored when Red Star Belgrade travelled to Ibrox, and he scores again. As he put the ball in, we know Barisic can cross it. Aribo flicked it on. Tavernier is onside. And from the tightest of angles, the Brazilian goalkeeper Mateus left the gap open. Tavernier exploited it. And like I said, the deficit has gone from 1-0. There is no longer a deficit in this quarter-final. And what a start. After such a shocking performance last week, they needed to get the crowd on side, and they've done that within 70 seconds. And it would not be anyone else but James Tavernier. What a start for Rangers. I've got so caught up, I forgot the timer. We'll get the timer started now. Unbelievable start. And Rangers have got the crowd bouncing. They've already got the ball back with Tavernier on halfway on the far right-hand side. They are jumping up and down. They're in pandemonium. Lundstrom can't quite keep it in with the heavy touch. Oh my word. What a start. Can't even find the scoreboard. There we go. Oh no, wait. I will change the score when I when I find it. There we go. So it is 1-0 on the night. Oh. 1-1 on aggregate. James Tavernier. What a man for Rangers. And Braga are on the ball with Andre Horta back to halfway to David Carmo. Dinks it down the line, too heavy for Rodrigo Gomez to chase. And Connor Galton has all the time in the world to retreat the ball. And he goes back to Alan McGregor, who secured his 100th appearance for Rangers in European competition last week. Couldn't cap it off with a clean sheet, but if he does do so tonight, it gives Rangers the best chance to go through. Unbelievable start. Literally, I think it was 72 seconds in, the goal arrived from Tavernier. Deficit from 1-0. Deficit ruled out. Unbelievable start. The start they desperately needed and they wanted. He made changes. Van Bronckhorst from the first leg. And Barisic is in behind again. One of those changes. He gets there ahead of Fabiano Silva. Can he work across on the left-hand side? He lifts it in to Kamaru! They've already turned it around. It's 2-0 Rangers. 4.5 minutes in. Kamaru could not miss. And he's got his first goal since the group stage. First one in the knockouts for this season. And could you ask for a better start? Kamaru makes it Rangers 2, Braga 0. They don't know what's hit them. Unbelievable. Barisic involved in both goals. This time he gets the assist. Outmuscles Fabiano Silva. Works onto his left foot. Easily works the cross in. And Kamaru, literally yards out, could not miss. And he didn't. Unbelievable start. What a cross. Swings it in. No chance for the keeper. Kamaru unmarked. And literally, you could not write a better start for Rangers. Unbelievable. Script writers couldn't write it, but football can. The referee's blowing his whistle. Has he been disallowed? I'm not too sure. Ooh, VAR is getting checked. Why? Oh, for a possible handball on Barisic. Oh no. So as he chases it down, Fabiano Silva heads it onto the left hand of Barisic. His arm is out in an unnatural position. Oh, and it's going to be disallowed. Oh my word. What seemed to be the dream start for Rangers. The first goal coming in 70 seconds and the second one's been disallowed. It did come off his hand and he did gain an advantage from it. So through the law, it's rightly disallowed. But what confidence that will give Rangers. No goal, Kamaru's goal disallowed. But like I say, it's been a fantastic start. And they've won the ball back, poor in midfield from Rodrigo Gomez. Aribo tries to slot it through to Kamaru. Can he get there? He can. Find Kent on the left. He chases it down in the box. Works it across. And it has to be cleared by Paulo Oliveira, the man who wasn't involved in the first leg from the start. And Rangers are on fire. Throws it in to Ramsey. Lundstrom goes across. Edge of the box to Ryan Jack. Finds Tavernier. One-on-one with Rodrigo Gomez. Can he work across? Tries to get beyond the young wing-back. It comes off the young wing-back as he tackles him. And a throw for Rangers. What a mad start. I feel like I've already nearly lost my voice. It was handball in my opinion. He did knock off his hand and he did gain an advantage, but very unlucky. Also, Eintracht Frankfurt's got an early lead. Penalty at the Nou Camp, 4th minute. Kostic with the goal. Wow, oh, if Rangers had got that 2-goal lead in the game and to get one ahead on aggregate, it would have been fantastic. Unbelievable. Seriously. What a start. Rangers are in possession with Galton working it to the right-hand side to Ryan Jack inside to Lundstrom. And the last time these two teams did meet at Ibrox in 2020, it did end 3-2 to Rangers. Aribo looking for the header from the long ball from Galton. Played forward, lost by Braga, and it picked up by John Lundstrom. Ian's back. I remember you from last week saying go for the kill. I think they should do so because Braga do not know what's hit them. They are stunned in Glasgow. Such a better start from Rangers. They were so lacklustre in the previous week against Braga. John Lundstrom on the ball. Very glad to have him in the team because he was a doubt as he went down and out against St Mirren. But he's in for the team tonight. Tavernier tries a first time ball in behind. Loses out. And Braga have it back. Backheel forward into Rodrigo Gomez. Tries to get beyond Lundstrom and that's why he's so important. Wins the ball back straight away on the right hand side towards the halfway. And the Gers are back in possession. Unbelievable start. As the club reach 150 years as a football club, they are reaching heights that were never thought of being reached back in 2012 when they did go into administration. What a journey these last 10 years have been. They are current champions of Scotland. They are reaching new heights in Europe. And they've got off to a fast start here where they have cancelled out the Braga 1-0 lead from the first leg. Aaron Ramsey on the ball in the Rangers half. As he will drop deep to look for possession because we know he can find fantastic balls in behind. As he did so, you may have remembered in the Euros, he came up with some key assists for Wales as they adventured far into that tournament to the round of 16 before getting battered by Denmark 4-0. 1-2 with Ryan Jack there, Aaron Ramsey forced back. They will not rush things as they are level now in the game. Got to keep the crowd bouncing. Exactly, can't go quiet. It's very important now for Rangers to not concede. Obviously, you know, Rangers can't guarantee they won't concede in the entire game, but while the momentum certainly with Rangers with 2 quick-fire goals, yes, 1 disallowed for handball, but they've got to try and build a few more attacks in quick succession. But the start they had, you can't really ask for much better. Calvin Bassey in the back line, poor ball forward, intercepted by Al Maserati, plays it forward. Ball in behind here for Abel Ruiz. Stopped in his tracks by Calvin Bassey. He will keep chase. And will he see it out here? He'll clear it down the line. And he finds Kent takes it in his stride inside. taken down, but play will continue through Joe Aribo as he picks it up on the left. Back to Kent in the Rangers half. Spins. Andre Castro gets beyond him and tries to get past Fabiano Silva, but he fouls the right wing back as he tries to get forward there, Ryan Kent. And there he is, the referee, Francois Letexier, the French 32-year-old who disallowed the second goal with a Borna Barisic handball. But what a start. You know, commentators live for games like this. Such an atmosphere, even though I can't hear it, because I'd get copyrighted if you could hear the TV. But I'm sure it is bouncing. Obviously, the nerves will settle back in pretty soon because, you know, it is still 1-1 and there's so much to play for. As James Tavernier has a throw in for Rangers on the right-hand side, inside their own half. The captain, the man himself, the goal scorer. It's his 5th goal in his 11th appearance in this season's Europa League without the qualifying. He's got 5 goals now in his last 6 in the competition. Andre Castro picks it up for Braga as Rangers lose out in their own half. Andre Horta, the central midfielder, finds Rodrigo Gomez. Plays inside to Castro. Back out towards Andre Horta. Too heavy. Runs out of play for a throw-in for Rangers. Aribo with a great flick on. Like I say, I don't know if he was aiming for James Tavernier at the far post, but he got a touch to it. It did find Tavernier, and I don't know how he squeezed it in inside the 6-yard box. It was a tight angle, and the keeper left it open. And Tavernier, like I say before, exploited it perfectly. And here is the Brazilian goalkeeper, Mateus. Sends it upfield. Andre Castro has it. Al-Musrati on halfway. Back to one of his centre-backs, David Carmo, the number 16. Portuguese centre-half. He was solid last week to keep that clean sheet. Here's Paulo Oliveira. Like I say, wasn't involved last week. Signed in the summer from Eibar, the Spanish club where he was at for 4 years before jumping ship to Portugal to come back to the country he was born in. Fabiano Silva, the wing-back for Braga. So with Ricardo Horta, the captain, the forward, the man who crosses it straight into the hands of Alan McGregor. Looks for Abel Ruiz, didn't find the Spanish striker who scored last week, and like I said, did score when he last travelled to Ibrox in that 3-2 loss that they got in the first leg of the round of 32 in the 2020 Europa League campaign. As Aribo heads on towards Kent, touches it away from Fabiano Silva, and goes back into Borna Barisic. And it's Calvin Bassey, really showing his versatility that I wasn't sure he had before this season, but obviously Gerrard and Von Bronckhorst found in him that he's able to play centre-back as well as left-back. He's definitely got the build for centre-back though. Quick, strong, tall. You know, he's 6 foot. Good height for a centre-half as Lundstrom switches it out towards the left. Kent tries to take it in his stride. Does fall to Aribo in the end. Far left, right in the Braga half. Barisic back down the line to Aribo. He's got space for a cross. They can't stop the cross. It's a wicked cross and it had to be dealt with by Rodrigo Gomez as Tavernier again at the far post was trying to get on the end of it. Braga needs to clear if they can. Andre Horta in the left-back area. Does clear down the left in the end for Braga. Connor Goldson helps it forward. Up towards Ramsey. Inside to Jack. Headed down the line to Aribo. He's everywhere at the minute, the Nigerian. He's got Ramsey in support. We know the talent he has at his time from Arsenal. And Aribo again. Inside to Tavernier as he joins the attack. Down the line to Aribo. Again, loads of time to cross it. He needs to find the right pass. Goes in towards Aaron Ramsey. Falls all the way through to Kamaru. And out for a goal kick it goes. Good attack again. Close from Rangers. Down the line it went to Aribo. Took his time and he just slotted the ball through to Ramsey. He missed out. It went through the legs of David Carmo. And Roof couldn't help it on target. Wide it went. Goldson helps it forward from the goal kick. Al-Musrati counters the header into the Rangers half with Lundstrom. Ryan Jack. Still no other goals in the other games other than the one where Frankfurt is taking the lead at Barcelona. Like I say in the comments, it's a big 4 days for Rangers. They've got this quarter-final and then they've got the Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic where they'll want revenge because under Giovanni von Bronckhorst. They are yet to beat Celtic. They've got beaten by them twice, home and away in the league. As Bassi brings it forward, gets beyond Andre Gomez, the 34-year-old central midfielder. Kent brings it forward on the edge of the box, helps it into the box towards Ramsey, cleared in the end. And it's up towards Ricardo Horta. Counter-attack could be on. Andre Castro into Ricardo Horta. Down the right-hand side they go. Abel Ruiz at right wing, goes back to the right wing back of Fabiano Silva, switches it to the left, and Braga are back in possession. Aribo back to his best. He has definitely been so in this game so far. He's been everywhere. He's been an absolute monster in that midfield. Come on, guys. 17 watching and only 2 likes. Yeah, if you could like and subscribe, that would help massively. Can't let them get a foothold in the game. Exactly, you've got to keep the press strong. Calvin Bassi does lose out, though, there. It's Andre Castro. Walks wide left and finds Andre Horta. Did score last week, but it was disallowed due to a foul in the build-up. He switches it out to Fabiano Silva, the number 70 right wing-back, the Brazilian. He goes inside towards Ricardo Horta. Helps it on to his brother, Andre Horta, the central midfielder. Like I say, they are siblings, them two. The two Hortas. Brother to brother. Cleared by Galton on the edge of the box. Only as far as the left-hand side here. To number 3, Vitor Tormina. He's the Brazilian centre-half. Only at the age of 26. He's played all the minutes so far in the Europa League knockouts for Vitor Tormina. As Braga try and go down the line, and there's a push in the back there by Borna Barisic on Andre Castro, the experienced midfielder. And that'll be a free kick for Braga. Season defining, it definitely is, because if you get knocked out the Scottish Cup and out the Europa League, you've pretty much got nothing to win, because Celtic look like they're going to go on and win the league, and then if you get knocked out of the semi-finals by Celtic, the only team realistically who are going to win are probably going to be Celtic, aren't they, if they reach the final. So it is definitely a season defining 4 days. I'm not going to disagree with that at all, as Braga start at the back with number 16 David Carmo. Switches on by Rodrigo Gomez towards towards Ricardo Horta. Loses out to the header of Borna Barisic. Rangers messing around in midfield, and they do eventually poke it away, but only as far as Paulo Oliveira, who's in for Jan Couto, the man on loan from Manchester City. He's back on the bench, and Paulo Oliveira slots in at centre-back, the man with only one Portugal appearance, senior Portugal appearance. That came back in 2015. Still 0-0 between Lyon and West Ham in the other Europa League quarter-final. Ryan Ramsey, far right, halfway line, goes back to Ryan Jack. Long ball forward. Someone's Kamaru, who will give chase against Carmo. Carmo gets there first and plays it back to his goalkeeper, who clears away first time. Kamaru did score a goal within 4 minutes, but he was disallowed for a handball in the build-up as Braga work it well here. Ricardo Horta pokes out towards the left-hand side. It's deflected towards Gomez, and Connor Galton gets there and intercepts, and Tavernier helps it away down the right-hand side. Ramsey will give chase, and Vitor Tormina can only shoulder it out for a throw-in far into his own half. I say this team who win this game, who win this tie, will face RB Leipzig in the semi-finals. Ball dinked into the box by, I think it was Ramsey to Aribo. Back to Ramsey, it's it first time. He knows he scuffed it slightly there, and the ball went over the crossbar. Positive play. Fantastic to see 33 people in the stream. If you could please like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Last stream again for the first leg was the second most viewed stream I've done since I've started commentating. So that was coming up to nearly 3 years ago now, so thank you for that support. Very much appreciated. As a ball forward, swept forward to Abel Ruiz, who's found himself in behind on the far right. Bassi's giving chase to try and recover. Abel Ruiz does pull it back, but it's a poor ball, and it'll be cleared away by Borna Barisic, only as far as Al-Musrati, the Libyan midfielder for Braga. Back heels it into a teammate, and that's Paulo Oliveira. He finds Andre Horta, and Braga get out of that very well, and they keep possession here as we're under 20 minutes in. Range got to a great start. They scored within 70 seconds with James Tavernier. And they did get a second in the 4th minute with Kamaru. But like I said just before, disallowed for a handball in the build-up by Borna Barisic. but so much quicker pace, so much better at home, Rangers, compared to their away performance last week to Braga. And they do come into this game off the back of a away win in the league to St Mirren. It was 4-0. Kamar Roof did score a hat-trick in that one. It was his fourth hat-trick in his professional career. Salomon McGregor sends it out wide right to Ryan Jack. Turns, plays down the line. Ball inside by Tavernier to Ramsey. Shifts it to the left centre half of Calvin Bassey. He's played all the minutes in the last 7 Europa League games, becoming a very reliable tool in the Rangers team as Connor Golton goes for an audacious switch to the right-hand side to Tavernier, tries to bring it down. The touch has gone to Rodrigo Gomez, but he wins it back off the young wing-back. Tavernier into Ramsey, chests it down, keeps it alive, back to Tavernier on the edge of the box. Back once more to Lundstrom, sees space on the left for Barisic, gets it to him, the number 31, works the cross in, the keeper wanted to come, didn't, Aribo, can he get the goal? No he can't, it's blocked, it's cleared, Kent tries the volley on the edge and scuffs it wide. That weaponry of a Borna Barisic cross looks so dangerous for Rangers, and they nearly scored from another one of his crosses. Went in, the keeper wanted to come, hesitated, decided to go back, and as he went towards Tavernier, it came off his body and dribbled towards Aribo, who tried to get the shot away towards goal, but it was blocked and cleared in the end. Nothing came of it. Lundstrom on halfway as Rangers are back in possession of the ball. Rangers did have the most possession last week between the two sides. They only had 54% possession, in fairness. Tavernier down the line. Roof will give chase. And again, David Carmo can only play it out for a throw-in as Rangers can push forward. And he takes it quickly to Aaron Ramsey. What a signing. What a loan signing. Seriously, he's got 2 goals in 5 league appearances so far that he's got under his belt. They came against Dundee and Celtic as a short pass towards Calvin Bassey. Just about reaches the now Nigerian defender. Changes allegiance from England to Nigeria and picked up 2 appearances for Nigeria in the recent international breaks. He gets a challenging ball in the sky, but he brings it down and takes it away from Andre Castro, the midfielder for Braga, who was pressing him with intent. As Ramsey gets pickpocketed there by Al-Musrati, and he plays the ball forward here to Abel Ruiz. Cuts it back to the edge of the box. Ricardo Horta strikes. It's a wild strike. And it's a goal kick given by the referee. No deflection from the forward strike there. The captain, Ricardo Horta, who's looking for goal number 20 of the season in all competitions. Again, great support. 45 people here. It's unbelievable support. Like and subscribe, please. My next commentary is actually Saturday, 12:30, Tottenham Hotspur versus Brighton, if you're interested in that. Long ball forward towards Roof. Again, giving David Carmo a torrid sign, but he does deal with it this time, the centre-half. Long ball forward. Tavernier heads it to Aribo. Nods it in towards Ramsey. Deflects to Ryan Jack. Ball forward to Tavernier on the right-hand side. He sees an audacious ball. What a switch towards Kent. That is an unbelievable pass. Kent brings it down as well. And finds Borna Barisic, the Croatian left-back. Lundstrom helps out on this left-hand side. Back out to Kent, formerly of Liverpool. Ryan Kent, one-on-one with Andre Castro at the minute. Looking for some room, some space to find the right pass. Joe Aribo it is. And Ramsey as Rangers build an attack. Jack. Into Tavernier, the man with the goal. The pivotal goal that got Rangers straight back in this quarter-final tie. Brian Jack again. Just towards the centre circle here. So Rangers really just taking their time, playing out from the back. As there's a switch on again to Barisic, they'll be looking to get it towards him because both of the goals, even though one was disallowed, have come from crosses from him. And he works another one. It's helped on by Aribo, and Mateus collects as the ball just loops in the sky. And Mateus has stayed down here holding his elbow. Great cross in from Barisic again. Helped on by Aribo into the sky. But this time the keeper collected it. Good travelling support from Braga. I don't think it's many. Probably 100 or maybe a couple hundred. But the fans who are out there are waiting and hoping their team get to a semi-final. Like I said, in the 2010-2011 season, they did reach the final. and got beat by Porto 1-0. Radamel Falcao in the 44th minute got them to that final. It's their only European final in their history. Don't have many trophies. The sixth. They technically do have a European final win and a final. They won the Intertoto Cup, and they were the last team to win it in 2008. It was scrapped in the end in 2008. I'm not sure why. It's a strange tournament, the Intertoto Cup. Well, just have a look at it now. It was scrapped in 2008, and Braga was the last team to win it. It was a summer competition. It was discounted in 2008. The last champions were Braga. So technically they do have a European Cup, but that was scrapped, like I said, in 2008. So it was just a summer tournament, probably more like a pre-season kind of thing. So yeah. So they technically do have a European final trophy win, but it depends how you look at it, because again, it isn't around anymore, the Intertoto Cup. So after a little bit of medical work on the elbow/shoulder of the goalkeeper Mateus, the referee drops the ball to him, and we're back underway. And he seems fine, because with that exact shoulder that he apparently injured, he's just thrown it right to the halfway line, where the header is won by John Lundstrom. Only fast Fabiano Silva, the Braga right wing back, a ball forward intercepted by the former Sheffield United man Lundstrom. Tavernier in his own half has to force it back to Alan McGregor. I was hoping you were going to do this one. You're the best out there. Come on. Thanks for the compliment. I try my best. The long ball forward towards Rufus. Took out two Braga defenders and they've both gone for it. But play continues with Ryan Kent. He sees space out wide right and he finds the Welshman Ramsey. Cross in. It's a little heavy. A little too far out wide left towards the far post where no Rangers players can get towards it. And it's a goal kick. But no, thanks for that compliment. The Highlands are home. Thanks for this. Abroad at the moment. And the BT Sport app is blocked and not on local TV. This is just what I needed. That is great to hear. I'm glad I can bring you live commentary of this game. Hope I'm giving you as much detail as possible, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'm sorry that you can't get a hold of the game as you're abroad, but like I say, hopefully this is just as good for you on this mid-April European quarter-final night. What a game so far. Kent can't quite keep it in on the far left, but it's a free kick, I think, for Rangers as he was pushed around before the control of the ball. But no, thank you for that. I'm glad that I can bring live commentary to those who need it. Misplaced pass there towards James Tavernier, and it goes out for a Braga throw-in where Vitor Tormina will take. 28 minutes gone. 1-1 on aggregate. The winner of this tie will go on and play the German side, RB Leipzig. It's Ramsey. Now has it on the far right-hand side for Rangers. Back into their own half to Connor Goldson. Gets it away nicely from Abel Ruiz, the man who scored the Braga's goal last week. Goldson dinks it down the right-hand side. Tavernier getting forward again. No foul given. He apparently was held back. The fans are asking for it, but that doesn't matter because Ramsey's won it back from Andre Horta. Tavernier trying to burst himself down the right-hand side, and he gets across, and it's an inviting one, and Kamaru tried to get there, but it's an important header away for a corner by Paulo Oliveira, the centre-half. He had to get there ahead of Roof. Devilish cross, and a diving header behind for a corner. Good defending by Paulo Oliveira, because it was very much needed. Like I say, thank you for the support. Please like, subscribe if you can. Barisic. He's going to be taking an in-swinging corner before the half-hour mark. Can we get the second goal? We've already had a second Rangers goal, but it was disallowed. It's an in-swinger. It's towards the far post. It's well collected there by Mateus, the goalkeeper. Looks to set his team off quickly for a counter-attack. He wants more urgency from his team, but he has to just roll it to his left centre-half of Vitor Tormina, and they will work from the back. Braga, his Rangers, scurry back into position. See if Rangers can keep this press up. The difference between the two teams, I think, from the first leg and the second leg, Glenn Kamara and Arfield are on the bench. They are more energy players, for the press, better defensively than attacking. But with bringing Aribo and Ramsey in to replace them two, it's definitely more technical ability, but still have that energy. Let's just see if they can keep that energy up for the whole 90 minutes. It's a packed out Ibrox. Just over 50,000 people will be in the ground tonight. They've only lost 4 home games this season in all competitions. James Tavernier clears it down the right-hand side into the Braga half, dealt with nicely by David Carmo, helped on by Vitor Tormina, but it does drop to Rangers in the end with Ramsey on the right-hand side. Looking to cut in. Aribo's in a bit of space. He'll look towards him. He takes it on very well. Aribo, the shot deflects, comes back to him. Can he work another strike? Blocked by Al-Mazrati. Lundstrom now has it. The momentum is still with Rangers. They work it wide right. So Ryan Kent, who's got himself on the opposite flank, chops back onto his left foot, crosses it in, punched by Mateus. Lundstrom gets it stuck under his feet, but Ramsey can work it out to Barisic on the left. Nearly tackled by Fabiano Silva, but Lundstrom comes to help his teammate out and he sets him down the left-hand side. Barisic, heavy touch forward, pushes down Fabiano Silva, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it, and it will be a corner. Last touch came off a Braga man. Great battling down the left between Barisic and Fabiano Silva. Let's have a look. He took a heavy touch. Fabiano Silva got there ahead of the Croatian. Well, Barisic kept it in. No foul there for me. Good decision from the ref. I think that should have been a goal kick, really. I think the last touch came off Barisic, but the referee saw different to me. And it's a corner for the Gers. They got 6 corners last week in the away tie. 1 more than what Braga got. And it'll be an in-swinger from Tavernier. They like an in-swinging corner. And that's why, because it's off the bar. Oh my days, Kamar Roof hits the bar from a yard out. The in-swinging corner came into the near post. Aribo, again, like the first goal, just flicked it on, but this time with his head. And Kamar Roof came in at the back post. And from literally 2 yards out, he's hit the crossbar. He's already had the ball in the net in the 4th minute, but he was disallowed after a VAR check. And again, he had a chance to make it 2-0, but somehow he hit the crossbar. In-swinger again towards Goldson, headed away by Al-Mazrati. Out with Ramsey. Can he recycle the ball back in? Plays down the line towards John Lundstrom. He can't get there. He does keep it in though. But Al-Mazrati needs to clear. Works out towards a teammate. And it'll be a Rangers throw-in. As they thought the Al-Mazrati ball came off a Rangers man. Oh, how has he not scored there, Kamar Roof? Literally, at the far post, he got on the Aribo flick on. And poked it onto the crossbar and away it went. Lundstrom, nice curling ball. Down the line to Tavernier. Cuts in. Plays back out. Lundstrom towards Ramsey. Heavy touch and can be cleared by Braga. Up towards Connor Golden, the centre half. Who still needs a contract extension. His contract runs out at the end of the season. And this game is sending me crazy. I'm not even a Rangers fan. I do want them to win. I am backing Rangers in this game, but my word, I can't even imagine how it feels to be a Rangers fan at the minute. I am stressed. Very stressed. And players just calm down a little bit. Rangers just passing it around their defence with Calvin Bassey. Oh, sends Abel Ruiz on his backside. Sends him completely. John Lundstrom. Switch out to Tavernier. Chest it down to Ramsey. They are very much exploiting this right-hand side, Rangers, but when they get it to that left, that's where the 2 chances for the goals have come. Crosses from Barisic. Obviously, like I say, one was disallowed. Like Braga. In the first leg, they went 1-0 up and then got a goal disallowed, and Aribo puts in a testing ball that can't be controlled, and a Braga throwing it is on the left. They're going to show a replay. Great ball from Tavernier. Good flick on. Got in behind the defender. Oh, and how would Kamar Roof hit the crossbar? How has he hit the crossbar? Oh my God. He'll have his head in his hands. The Jamaican. He got a hat-trick at the weekend and he probably should have had 2 already. Braga try and get through and Alan McGregor comes to collect. Sounds like they're here for the taking. Braga, 100% agree. Like I say, I think with the teams left, I think Braga are definitely the weakest. So when Rangers saw this draw, they probably would have been licking their lips. But a first leg performance that was not one for the good taste of Rangers, but they've completely turned it around here. As Aribo gets it to Kent, a complete 1-2. He needs a lot of pace to keep it in, but he does have that pace to help a cross in. And again, heading behind for a corner off Damid Carmo's head. Honestly, the urgency, the energy, the wants for a win by Rangers tonight is just the opposite of what they showed last week. unbelievable performance so far. Still 0-0 between Lyon and West Ham, and still 1-0 to Eintracht Frankfurt in their game against Barcelona. We've already had a deciding semi-finalist where Leipzig got beyond Atalanta in a 2-0 away win. That will play whoever wins this tie, Rangers or Braga. Tavernier in swinger. Helped on again by Aribo towards Roof, but this time he didn't get any contact on the ball. Nearly a carbon copy of the last corner. Aribo again winning the header to flick it on. Braga asking questions of how that was allowed to happen again. But this time Kemar Roof, instead of allowing it on target towards the goal, Kemar Roof wasn't there to get on the end of it. And Braga send it clear from the goal kick. Lundstrom was the one who wins the header out for a throw-in for Braga as Carlos Carvajal is trying to get his team calm. Like I said last week, born in Braga. The current Braga manager did have a spell there in 2006. And like I said, Carlos Carvajal as a player was a centre-back and played his whole career in Portugal, where he came through the Braga youth setup from 1978 to 1985, and then once again from 86 to 88, and then from 1990 to 92. So he did have multiple spells at the club as a player, and now as manager, second time as manager. As Ricardo Horta, the captain, goes back here as Braga trying to get some calm into their play after a pretty horrendous last 10 minutes in terms of pressure. Played forward. Andre Horta back heels it towards, I think that was his brother, but they lose out, and the ball's been swept out to Kent on the left. Can't take it under control, but it falls to Kemar Roof. What's the Braga defender doing there as a shot gets dragged wide from Kemar Roof? He tried to take it early on the edge of the box, and it went wide, but as the ball broke to Kent, his touch was poor, and Fabiano Silva tackled him, but he just poked it straight towards his defender, Paulo Oliveira, and that came off his knee and then into the path of Roof, who got the shot away in the end. But he was always going wide as Roof slide tackles there, and the ball deflects to Ryan Jack, forward to Ramsey straight away. He clips it in the box. Kent, header towards goal, and Mateus saves. Like I say, this is just so contrasting compared to the first leg for Rangers. Al-Musrati taking his time in midfield there, where Aribo was pressing. They do avoid the press momentarily, but not for long. Ryan Jack, fantastic tackle. Lundstrom recycles back to Connor Goldson, and the Rangers are back in possession in their blue strip tonight. Down the line, Tavernier, great ball into Ryan Jack, back into Tavernier again. Jack, the number 8. The man who's only been at 2 clubs in his career. That's Aberdeen, where he's there for 17 years. From 2000 to 2017, then jumping ship to Rangers, where it's appearance number 146 for Ryan Jack tonight. Out of the squad for St Mirren after a little bit of a poor reaction from when he came off last week. He kicked bottles and wasn't very happy with him getting replaced, so he was out of the team against St Mirren. But he's back tonight starting, and he's played fantastically so far in that midfield with Lundstrom as he got tackled there, but the ball was, thankfully for him, was poked as far as Ryan Jack, who's in the right back area currently, as that allows Tavernier to get further forward. But Rangers are going down the left-hand side for now. Zip ball in towards Roof, touches straight into the sky and headed away by Paulo Oliveira, but only as far as Calvin Bassey in his own half as he's unpressed on the left-hand side. And unfortunately, plays had to be stopped as Abel Ruiz seems in some discomfort. Carlos Carvajal seems a little bit worried for his main striker as he holds the back of his left leg. That will give just a break in play as Bassey zipped it in towards Kemar Roof. He may have clipped his knee with his stud, but it was really no real contact there. Little bit of a poor stoppage of play there because Rangers were back on the ball and knocking it around. West Ham have taken the lead away at Lyon. They lead on aggregate 2-1. Craig Dawson, who's been revolutionary at the back this season for West Ham, has stepped in when they need him the most because he's been playing through injury for a lot of the season, Craig Dawson, as the likes of Angelo Bonner has been injured. And they're also without Kurt Zouma tonight. He's playing alongside Issa Diop, and he has given them the lead. I would put money on it that he's headed them home there. We'll have to wait and see. But West Ham have a lead. If any of these games go to extra time, I don't think Barcelona will be, They're trailing by 2-0 on the night. Eintracht Frankfurt are 2-0 up away at the new camp. They lead 3-1 on aggregate. So the only tie that is level on aggregate is this one we're currently watching now. Getting with the stats, love that. I spend a lot of time on my stats, so I'm glad you appreciate that. You know, I try and find stats that you probably wouldn't have heard before. Well, that's what I try anyway. And there's Alan McGregor on the ball as Rangers just go back to their goalkeeper. Alan McGregor, excluding Europa League qualifying appearances. This is appearance number 40 for Rangers in the Europa League. He did play 2 Europa League appearances for Hull. $73 people here in the first half. Fantastic numbers. If you can like and subscribe. If you are not subscribed, please do. It helps so much. Calvin Bassey. Long ball over the top. Roof's on his own. In the box. Defender behind him. He shoves him to the ground. Penalty! The referee points to the spot. Kamar Roof. He's had a goal disallowed. He's hit the crossbar. And now he wins his team a penalty. He got him behind. He found a massive gap in the Braga defence. I don't know how it was allowed to happen. And he gets in front of his defender and he's been sent off. Vitor Tormina has been sent off. He's been seen as the last man by the referee. And how the tables have rapidly turned in this game. Roof's onside. Great diagonal ball in behind. I don't understand how Kamar Roof has been allowed to get in behind with so much room. He gets his body in front of the defender. Tumbles to the ground. And the referee sees it as a penalty. And a red card for Vitor Tormina. And this could be huge for the Europa League quarter-final between Rangers and Braga. Tormina is the guilty party. Like I said, he got in between, I think it was Tormina and David Carmo. Kamar Roof drove towards goal, got in front of Tormina, and as he's gone to shoot, the centre-half brought him down. There is going to be a VAR check because this needs to be the right call. But Rangers have got a penalty and the centre-back's been given his marching orders. Red card confirmed. Penalty for Rangers and they could take the lead here for the first time in this tie between themselves and Braga. Tavernier's over the penalty. Scored a penalty against Dortmund. He scored 2 against Red Star. He scored 1 against Red Star. I apologise. He scored 1 against Red Star, 1 against Dortmund. Can he get a penalty now against Braga? He stands over it. The referee just sorting everything out, making sure everyone's out of the 18-yard box. James Tavernier to give Rangers the lead right before half-time. The captain himself. Referee blows his whistle. He strikes it in! Ice in the veins of the captain! And he gets his double for tonight. And Rangers is bouncing again. Braga falling at the feet of the boys in Glasgow. Down the middle he goes. Just gets beyond the trailing leg of the keeper as he dived to Tavernier's left. It's a composed penalty. He takes so many of them. Keepers will have their homework done, but that doesn't mean they can stop them. Rangers have a 2-goal lead. And Rangers finally have a lead in this quarter-final tie against Braga. 2-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate. Tavernier with both of them. And they're also playing against 10 men. Vitor Tormina's off. Like I said, Tavernier, a penalty in the away leg against Dortmund, a penalty in the home leg against Dortmund, a penalty in the home leg against Red Star Belgrade, and now a penalty in the home leg against Braga. The man always scores penalties. And like I said, they're playing against 10 men. Another lifted ball forward in behind. Roof's giving chase. He gets there. Turns his man on the edge of the box. Lays off into Aribo. 2 minutes of added on time. We're 20 seconds into the additional time. Ramsey now has it. Scoops it in behind towards Tavernier. Headed away by David Carmo. Ricardo Horta fouled in the corner flag by Ryan Jack. And Braga can breathe. They've got some sorting out to do at half-time, that's for sure. Down to 10 men, trailing in the quarter-final. It's party time in Glasgow, surely. West Ham, 2-0 up. Mr. Declan Rice himself. They look like they'll be going on to play Eintracht Frankfurt in the semi-final at this rate. All teams that are playing away from home tonight have currently won 2-0. RB Leipzig won 2-0 at Atalanta in the early kick-off. West Ham and Eintracht Frankfurt are winning 2-0 away. And Rangers are also winning 2-0, but they're winning it at home. Mateus, the Braga keeper, works it out to Fabiano Silva, who's pressed by Ryan Kent. Back to goal, so has to force it to his goalkeeper, Mateus. Clips it down the line. Comes off the hand of Lundstrom, and that'll be a free kick for Braga. What a first half. Our rated Roof when at Leeds just needs a full season with no injuries yet. Is prone to an injury occasionally. Kamara Roof. But to get a penalty, to get a man sent off, it's great striker play. Like I said, comes into this game off the back of a hat-trick in their last league game on Sunday to St Mirren away. Like I said, had a goal disallowed as well in the 4th minute. And with the 2 minutes of additional time played, we have the half-time whistle by Francois Letexier, the French 32-year-old referee, who's made some big calls. Some massive calls. Let's go through the first half. A very quick start. In the 2nd minute, James Tavernier got on the end of a Joe Aribo flick-on from a Borna Barisic cross, which was diverted from a tight angle at the back post. That was about 70 seconds in. And then in the 4th minute, Kamara Roof headed home a Borna Barisic cross. But in the build-up, Barisic did use his hand, so that was disallowed. And then the chances did not stop. Aribo had a chance where he wriggled away in the box and got a pass towards Roof, whose awkward 5-yard strike just went wide of the post from a tight angle. And then a couple minutes later, Barisic had another chance as he sent another cross in where Tavernier in the 6-yard box made the ball fall to Aribo, whose strike was blocked by David Carmo, the centre-back. 10 minutes after that, in the 34th minute, there was a chance that came off the crossbar by Kamara Roof. In-swinging corner from Tavernier, flicked on at the near post by Aribo, diverted onto the crossbar by Roof. And then that was so close. Then, before half-time, a big chance. A ball lifted in behind to Kamara Roof. I'm not sure how he got the space in behind, but he did. He got in between 2 centre-halves in the back 3 of Braga. Got in the box, and as he was trying to get a shot away, he was brought down by Vitor Tormina. And the referee saw that as a last-man challenge and pointed to the spot and branded a red card for Tormina, the centre-back. A couple minutes later, after everything had been sorted out, Mr. Reliable himself, James Tavernier, bagged his brace for this game, scored however many penalties in the knockouts. It was never in doubt. He scores another goal, and in the Europa League, he's now scored 6 goals in his last 6 games, and a majority of them have obviously come in the knockout stages. And that means we go into half-time, Rangers 2, Braga 0. They're down to 10 men. Rangers are full of confidence. And I think it will take an absolute miracle for Braga to get back in this. A man down, a goal down, it'll be very difficult for them to force it to extra time. I think lucky for them, there's no... Well, I say lucky, it's actually unlucky. They could have done with away goals, to be fair, because Rangers didn't score away at Braga last week, so away goals would have helped them massively, but it'll be very hard for them to get this game level on aggregate. But like I say, half-time here. Rangers 2, Braga 0. Aggregate scoreline of Rangers 2, Braga 1. And it is absolutely unbelievable scenes at Ibrox in this first half. I almost need a lie down after that. Other two games are also at half time, but let's have a look at the other game. In the early kickoff, where Atalanta took on RB Leipzig for a spot to face either Rangers or Braga, they went through RB Leipzig 2-0, 3-1 in aggregate. 2 goals from the unbelievable player this season, Christopher Nkunku. He's been linked to the likes of Manchester City. The Frenchman, he's been scoring so many goals. He scored in the 18th minute and then secured the semi-final spot as he scored from the penalty spot in the 87th minute to send RB Leipzig through. Another shock result, a high-flying Barcelona currently, who are in the Europa League this season. In the second half of the season, they've had 76% possession, but only 2 shots compared to Eintracht Frankfurt's 9. They are 2-0 up as well. An early penalty and a goal 10 minutes before the break put Eintracht Frankfurt 2 goals to the good on aggregate. 3-1 lead for them currently. And then West Ham, who secured a 1-1 draw at home after a red card before half-time in the first leg. 2 late first half goals have given them a 2-goal advantage. Craig Dawson in the 38th minute and then Declan Rice in the 44th minute. And just what semi-finals we could have on the cards. There could be some seriously exciting semi-finals. And like I said, I will definitely be commentating on the Rangers semi-final. I will follow them now. I did the second leg of their round of 32 game against Dortmund, or the playoff game they called it. I've done both legs in the quarterfinal. So if Rangers get through, I will be doing Rangers versus RB Leipzig in the semi-final. If they don't go through, Rangers, and they have a bit of a catastrophe in the second half, and West Ham go through to play either Barcelona or Eintracht Frankfurt, I will then do either West Ham versus Frankfurt or Barcelona. But seriously, my head is absolutely spinning. What a half of football. I was talking in the car to my dad actually today, and I said I just hope because Rangers were so poor, I knew they would have a reaction in this game. I knew they would because they're mainly because they're at home. Because I was saying last week, if you heard last week, I kept repeating the fact that a 1-goal deficit isn't a bad result away, because you're going to bring them back to Ibrox, where you're going to have 50,000 fans right behind you, almost sucking the ball into the back of the net. So it's not a bad result, a 1-goal deficit. But I just thought with how badly they played last week, if that'll have a knock-on effect, and then the pressure of the fans, and Braga get an early goal, 2-0 down, you never know. I hope Rangers just don't have a slow start, basically. And they had the absolute opposite. 70 seconds in, they get the first goal. 4th minute, they got another one. It was disallowed, unfortunately. And then before half-time, getting a man sent off and a penalty, which was converted by James Tavernier. Unbelievable. It's his 39th penalty as well in a Rangers shirt in all competitions, James Tavernier. Win Rangers, not the other match. Kent, is that FIFA again? I presume with Ryan Kent and an upgrade. I presume. Here for the take. And Jimmy, yeah, get into the. Where in my non-league team, I go watch Stockport County, and we say that get into them. I can't say the rest, but yeah. But I don't think, especially this Braga team, I don't think they experience atmospheres like this often. I know Portuguese fans can get up for it, and I know they've got great atmospheres. When they go to the top teams like Porto and Benfica and teams like that, they will have an atmosphere. But travelling away from Portugal on British soil with the fans the way they were, I just think they were a little bit startled, and then to concede within just over a minute, it's it really shakes you up, and just a great start. I keep wanting to say unbelievable start, but it really is just an unbelievable start. It sent me absolutely crazy. I hope you don't think different of me after going absolutely berserk with that first goal, and then when the second one went in, I just lost the plot. But as commentators, that's the best thing, losing the plot. A moment being so good, and so crazy that you just don't even know how to control yourselves. And then Tavernier, just before our time, converting the penalty down the middle. As beautiful as you like. James Tavernier, age 30. Apparently his market value is just over £6 million, but what a player. What a player. So, yep. Did score a penalty away at Dortmund, then scored a brace against Dortmund in the home leg. One was a penalty and one was a back post finish. Very similar, in fact, to the first goal he got today, arriving at the back post. Failed to score against Red Star in the away leg. Failed to score in the away leg to Braga last week. But, yeah, that's actually quite funny there. They just showed the referee pointing for a free kick for the disallowed goal in the 4th minute, and he pointed towards the halfway line, almost pointing like he's pointing for a goal, and a Rangers fan behind the VAR screen started to celebrate thinking he pointed for a goal, and in fact it was a free kick. Yeah. It's interesting actually because Tavernier didn't get a goal in the group stage. Didn't score one goal, which obviously he would be disappointed with, but he's definitely made up for that with his Europa League stats now, with 4 goals and 6 goals and 2 assists now in the 6 knockout games that he's played in so far. But it's great to see West Ham leading. Great to see Rangers leading. It's great for the British game. Obviously, Rangers will be playing Leipzig if they were to make it through. I do hope for a Barcelona comeback. I would pay good money to watch. See West Ham play Barcelona, and obviously I will be commentating the Rangers semi-final if to get there, and it might mean I do miss West Ham Barcelona. But if you know what I'm going to do? I am going to put the West Ham Lyon game on my monitor screen, because I can do that. Obviously, I won't watch the game, but if a goal goes in, I can have a watcher of a replay. So I want to do that, actually. And like I said, if the 2 semi-finals are played at the same time, which I think they are, I will have to do this. Yeah, they're both played on the 5th of May. First legs are on the 28th of April, Thursday, and then the second legs are on the 5th of May, both at the same time. So, like I said, if Rangers do make it through, I will be doing Rangers, RB Leipzig. If they don't make it through, I'll be doing West Ham versus either Frankfurt or Barcelona. But we're going to hope it's Barcelona, because I think that would make a really historic tie. I think they're on BT Sport 1. West Ham. So let's get that loaded up. There we go. So it's on screen now. So if there's another goal in that game, I'll have a look. But like I said, thanks to everyone who's here. If you could like and subscribe while it's our time, it really does help out. It's a click of a button. Please help me out. It's great to see the support. I'm glad for everyone who's in the chat, everyone enjoying the game. If you're a Rangers fan, let me know how the nerves are. How are you feeling? Because I understand how tense it is. Even I'm feeling a little bit tense. It's not even my team. So, yeah. Second half is going to get underway in a couple minutes' time. Let's see Leicester as well. They made it to the Europa Conference semi-final, knocking out PSV late on with 2 late goals. I'll be here with you for Rangers. Thank you very much. Hopefully, like I say, that's what I mean. I'm hesitant to say it because it's not there yet. But let's just hope. Let's just really, really hope that they do make it, Rangers. Like I say, Braga are also down to 10 men as well. You got to remember that a red card for Vitor Tormina, the central centre back in the back 3. So they probably have to go. They're probably have to go for a 4-4-1. I think Braga in the second half might have to make a few changes. Maybe have to make a change. Yeah. Sorry for any buffering or any loss of good quality there in the stream. Did slightly just go there a little bit. the information. So if it did buffer or anything there, I do apologise. Actually, I'm going to do something really quickly. Just literally give me 2 seconds. I'll just plug this wire in. There we go. Just plugging a wire in to have the internet. I put my Ethernet cable in. I forgot to do it before. So it looks like West Ham versus Lyon will be getting underway now as the referee blows the whistle for the second half. West Ham do have a 2-goal advantage now. 2-0 on the night. 3-1 on aggregate. It's in our hands now, 100%. You know, playing against 10 men, you've got the lead at home, full crowd backing you, you're playing fantastically. All the factors are swaying towards Rangers reaching the semi-final. Like I said, the last time they got to a semi-final was when they reached the final of the UEFA Cup back in 2008, obviously then rebranded into the Europa League. But let's just hope. All we can do is hope. Antonio, left-hand side of the Lyon box, goes the long way round, pulls it across. Jared Bowen slides there and can't get on the end of it. Nearly getting the third goal there. But like I said as well, on paper, West Ham are much better than Lyon. Lyon are having a poor season in the league. They're around mid-table. They've got good players, but having a poor season. But our focus is right on Rangers, as Braga will be kicking from right to left. Rangers left to right for this second half. Both sides are back out. No changes are seen here. Oh, but Braga are making a change. Here we go. Number, is that 74? 74. Right, I find that interesting. So number 10's come off, Andre Horta, one of their central midfielders, and they've brought on a left back, Francisco Moura. If Moura gets booked and they make it into the semi-finals, he will not be playing because he is one yellow card away from a suspension. So they're going to go for a 4-4-1, I think. So, something like that. For sure, left back's going to be Francisco Moura. He is a left back. The man who's just come on, number 74, 22 years of age. And I think Rodrigo Gomez will probably be playing as well. As Aribo slots through to Kamara Roof, straight from the halftime whistle. Roof, can he get a shot away? He can't. And Braga try and clear. I'll try and work out their formation as quick as possible. As here comes Francisco Moura down the left-hand side. Strong slide challenge from Ryan Jack. And throwing for Braga on halfway. Galton clears. And West Ham have made it 3. Jared Bowen has scored for West Ham. They are now 3-0 up. Oh, Lundstrom, risky header. Galton clears. Bowen, one-on-one, sots it past the goalkeeper of Lopez. Oh, it's not Lopez. Lopez is in net. Wonder what happened to him, but Jared Bowen gives West Ham a 3-goal advantage now. And surely that has got to be it for West Ham. Surely they're into the semi-final. Slotted away beautifully by Bowen. And surely he's got to be on the plane for the World Cup. Yes, I hope you're doing okay. Like I said, West Ham 3 minutes into the second half. Boom. Easy as you like. Jared Bowen, get him on that plane to the World Cup. Borna Barisic down the left, tackling with Fabiano Silva. Cleared in the end, only as far as Calvin Bassey. Lundstrom. It's all about managing the game now for Rangers. Gotta manage the game well. Attack when you need to. defend resolutely, because it'll get to the end of the game where if it's still 2-0 and Braga are still in it with 5-10 minutes to go, they will forget about the 10 men they have and they will just go for it and see if they can get the goal. Mateus clears for Braga towards the Braga left. Ricardo Horta plays it back towards his own defence and he keeps it alive there. Andre Castro and gets beyond Lundstrom. Great run by the veteran midfielder. And what a ball that is to Abel Ruiz. Helps on once more to Rodrigo Gomez on the right hand side. Pulls it back towards Ricardo Horta. He gets it in the box. Back to goal. Lays it back off to Rodrigo Gomez. Clips it in with the left boot. It's a poor cross in the end and McGregor can catch. And he sends it away quickly up towards Roof, who's been working his socks off up front. He can't quite keep it in though on the Braga left-hand side. Paulo Oliveira to take the quick throw-in to Mateus. I think Braga have kept with a back three, but have lost a striker. So I think they'll play a 3-4. I think they'll play a 3-5-1, I think. Try and keep the midfield 5, but just have one striker up front, I think. Clearance up by Mateus off the head of Lundstrom near halfway. Aribo flicks it back of his head into Lundstrom, forward into Barisic. Here's Lundstrom once again. The man born in Liverpool came through the Everton Academy. And a ball in behind the right channel for Rangers. Trickles into the gloves of Mateus as Braga play from the back. Misplaced pass by Andre Castro. Back in Rangers possession with Goldson, forcing it back to Alan McGregor, who's got his second spell now with Rangers. His first spell was from 1998 to 2012. Got 12 trophies at his time with this club. It's Calvin Bassey. Another diagonal ball in behind. Chested down by Ramsey. Poked across to the left towards Aribo. Cleared by Fabiano Silva. Only as far as Tavernier. Shrugged off the ball by Francisco Moura. The substitute at half-time, and Braga look to try and get in behind themselves with ball towards Abel Ruiz. Has to be dealt with by Calvin Bassey, and he's done so superbly by the young central defender. But the clearance doesn't fall to a blue shirt. Ball forward by Braga to Ricardo Horta through the legs of Tavernier, and Francisco Moura has it. Completes a 1-2 with Ricardo Horta, who was on the floor there, but it's Rangers who eventually get rid of it with Joe Aribo. Nice ball into Ryan Jack. Strides into the Braga half. Finds Aribo in behind again. Onto his left foot. He's gone for glory! Just wide of the post. Kent was available to his left and he probably should have played it to him. The former Charlton midfielder. But he started it. Aribo got it to Ryan Jack. He refound the Nigerian midfielder with a gap in between the lines. Where it looks like Braga are struggling with that man less. Oh, and he should have played it to Kent. Should have played it to Kent to his left. But he went for glory. Went for the shot. Wide it went. If we get the next goal, think it's done. I agree. I do think it's also done as well. It's Braga trying to play out from the back here with Mateus, their goalkeeper. Out to Fabiano Silva, who looks like he's playing right centre-back like he did in the first leg. Al-Mujrati. Back to their goalkeeper. Has to hoof it away this time up towards halfway. Lundstrom heads it forward though. Aribo brings it under control. A little bit too heavy. Throwing for Braga in their own half. Actually, as well, Braga come into this game in a lot of confidence. Won their last 4 games in all competitions. Unbeaten in their last 5. In their last 10, they have 6 wins, 3 draws, 1 defeat. But it just all fell apart for Carlos Carvajal's men. Like I said, they did get a away win in the league in their last game before tonight against Vizela. Yorin Medeiros, who's on the bench tonight, got the winner in the 39th minute. They come alongside with a red card for Vitor Oliveira in the 44th minute, their young striker, who is on the bench for tonight's game. Nickname is Vitinha. 6.5 minutes into the second half. One big chance so far that came to Aribo. Curled it just behind the post. Throwing down the line. Goldson heads it forward into Aribo again. David Carmo with the interception though, and Fabiano Silva looks to get beyond Ryan Kent as they're tussling for the ball, and Kent wins it on halfway. Great wing play. He's got the overlap of Barisic, goes the other way into Ramsey on the right edge of the box. He's got the overlap of Aribo. Can't find the Nigerian. Does keep it though, Ramsey, with some nice feet. And he curls it in behind. What a ball. Barisic on the left. We know how good he is at crossing. Lifts it in towards Roof. Important header by Carmo. Lundstrom with the strike. Off balance, weak foot. That's only heading for the stands. And it's a goal kick for Braga. There's 2 balls on the pitch, which delays the restart. His goalkeeper's telling Mateus is telling his team to switch positions for now, as Oliveira has it the centre half into Mateus, who got closed down quickly by Roof, but was able to clear it. Not very convincing, straight to the chest of Born Barisic, who finds Ryan Kent, and they're going to pressure Braga again. It looks like they're collapsing, they're crumbling. Across from Barisic, comes off Rodrigo Gomez, is on the right-hand side for this second half. As far as Barisic, Aribo, ball in by Kent, headed away by Carmo, the centre-back. Horta lays it into Francisco Moura, who dinks it forward up towards Abel Ruiz, headed away by Goldson, and the Gers are back in possession again. With their back line, it's Goldson forward on halfway to Lundstrom. Sees a diagonal ball to the left, and he finds Kent. One-on-one with Fabiano Silva, the 22-year-old. Takes him on down the byline, lifts it in. Oh, just too high for Ramsey, comes off the top of his head. Braga can't clear though. Oh, Tavernier slips, and he handballs in the process. Free kick for Braga on the edge of the Braga box. No messing around. The referee wants Laney's authority. Mateus, long ball forward by the keeper up towards Abel Ruiz. Very isolated up front now with a man less. Braga, Ramsey, handball by Al-Mazrati. He's tried to get beyond the Braga midfielder, who seems to be struggling. Al-Mazrati, the Libyan, pretty much on his own. Ramsey's over the free kick. Not many forward for Rangers, so they'll just play a short one to Ryan Jack. Goldson, formerly of Brighton. Last time Braga got to a Europa League quarter-final, they were knocked out by Shakhtar Donetsk. Got beaten their first leg 2-1 at home, and then beaten away in the second leg 4-0. So they have been battered here at this stage before. And can Rangers add to their goals? Kamar Roof, what a slight challenge. Stops Francisco Moura in his tracks, the substitute left-back who's had to come on, born in 1999. Also born in Braga himself. This will mean a lot to him. He'll probably be a Braga fan. Throwing down the line. Again up to Ruiz. Can't win it on Goldson. Aribo only heads it as far as Francisco Moura. Goldson now on the ball. Being forced back to his goalkeeper through the press of Abel Ruiz. McGregor. Not the best looking of kicks, but thankfully for him, it does fall to Borna Barisic, who's been caught in possession, and now Braga have it with Al-Mazrati on the halfway line. Who's back to centre half, David Carmo. Remember, the gap is only 1. Any mistake from Rangers, and they could be punished, as Rodrigo Gomez handles it there. As it was going out of play, he handled it to try and stop it from going out. And that'll be a free kick for Rangers in their own half. Not really sure how that's not a booking, to be honest, because he did mean to handball it. To be fair. Bassi. Another ball forward, flicked on by Kamar Roof. Nearly found Ramsey in behind, but it was just a little bit too high for the tiny Welshman. I think some altercation happened between a ball boy and someone, because they've put the camera now on the ball, this one ball boy twice. So I'm not sure what happened. If anyone can let me know, that'd be fantastic. But something must have happened, because a ball boy's getting spoken to by Rangers staff. So I don't know what's happened there. If anyone can let me know, that'd be great. Rangers playing along the back line. They're being forced back to their goalkeeper, Ali McGregor. towards Tavernier, over his head. Ramsey can't keep it in. Braga throwing. Much better performance from Braga in the first 13 minutes, even though they're down to 10 men. Barcelona still need 2 goals. Lyon need 3. Winner of this plays RB Leipzig in the semi-finals. Ricardo Horta sees a switch on to the right-hand side, and they find Rodrigo Gomez, who's gone from playing a wing-back position on the left to then playing right wing. Fabiano Silva now receives the ball. Andre Castro. Fabiano Silva on the halfway line, struggling to get into the Rangers half. Al-Musrati. Ricardo Horta into Francisco Moura, tries to take it on the inside. Aaron Ramsey shuts that door, and he can try and get on the break here. Ramsey shifted to the ground, but nothing given by the ref. Throw in for Braga. David Carmo with a throw in towards Ruiz. He's still not won a ball on goals in the second half. Completely isolated up top. The Spaniard who scored in the first leg and scored in the first leg the last time these two teams met in the round of 32 of the Europa League. They work it away with Borna Barisic here. In behind, can he find Kamaru? If the keeper's come for it, cleared it, not very convincing. Lundstrom gets it straight out wide to Kent as they look to build a dangerous attack to try and get the difference to 2. Barisic on the byline, keeps it in, cross off Oliveira's head, helped away by Ricardo Horta, only as far as John Lundstrom on the left-hand side. Pulls it inside to Ryan Jack, dinked ball into the box, cleared away by Moura. Ramsey, Tavernier into Ryan Jack. Tavernier again, swings it in. It's a deep one towards Kent, who does bring it down and turns his man. He works across in. Roof! Heading away. Tavernier for the hat-trick. Does that come off a hand off of Al-Musrati? Tavernier didn't appeal for it as he tried to flick it over the Libyan's head. But as they try and get away, Rangers retreat the ball. Ramsey now on the edge of the box, looks for Aribo. Misplaced ball, cleared by Braga. Only as far as Goldson again, who wins the ball ahead of Abel Ruiz. Ramsey, very influential Ramsey. Such a magician on the ball. Did have a muscle injury this season through November and December before making the move to Rangers in the January. Did spend a good chunk of his career at Arsenal, Aaron Ramsey. 11 years, winning 5 trophies. Started under half of his games at Juventus in the games he played. Did come off the top of the arm of Al-Musrati, but I don't think it was handball. It wasn't intentional. It's off the top of his shoulder. Another change for Braga, the youngster. Rodrigo Gomez comes off for Ayuri Medeiros, the man who scored in the weekend for Braga. He comes on. And another change where Abel Ruiz, who's been struggling all night, especially against Connor Goldson, he will be replaced by Vitor Oliveira. He is shortly known as Vitinha, so I will call him Vitinha. That is Vitor Oliveira. Quick throw in by Francisco Moura up towards Vitinha. Poor control, and it gives it to Connor Goldson, who glaze it back to his keeper, who clears. Headed forward by Andre Castro, taken quickly by Ricardo Horta, who knew Alan McGregor was retreating back to his line. Very cheeky attempt by the Braga captain. But no goals for the number 21. Not scored in his last 4 games. Ricardo Horta in the league for Braga, the main talisman. Didn't score in the last leg. Has not scored so far tonight, despite that strike. West Ham still 3-0 up. And Eintracht Frankfurt look like they're knocking out Barcelona at the Nou Camp. Ryan Jack on the halfway line goes to the right-hand side to the centre-back. Connor Goldson. Chance for Leon as a shot goes over the bar. Calvin Bassey strides forward from centre-half. Gets it to Barisic. Overlaps on of Bassey as he's caught late. felt that one, holding his right Achilles. As Paulo Oliveira says he got the ball. No, he didn't. Bassi got there ahead of him and then took out the man. Not sure why Paulo Oliveira is asking for that, because Bassi got there first. Thankfully, he's back to his feet, the Nigerian, as he gets some instructions from his captain, Tavernier. This is a great chance to get a third. Like I say, a third I think would send them through. Tavernier being in swinger. Remember, they are playing against 10 men. Rangers should go through now. They can't mess it up. And with a goal here, it could help them not mess it up. Tavernier, right arm in the air. In-swinging ball. Flicked on by Bassi. Back post. Lundstrom. Pulls into Goldson. Woodwork hit. And out for a goal kick. I think there was an offside in the build-up anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But Tavernier got it in. Went beyond Bassi, who rose the highest. Fell to Lundstrom. Laid it back into Goldson. And he smashed it off the woodwork as Aribo in the midfield and takes it off Braga. Lundstrom sprays it to Kent on the left. One-on-one with Fabiano Silva. Wants a right-footed strike. It is blocked. Barisic, cross. Headed away by Carmo, only as far as the far post where Ramsey will try and win it. He nudges Francisco Moura. And the referees give a free kick. But I think that's a very soft one. Personally, as Mateus wants to take a quick free kick. The Braga keeper up towards Vitinha, the young striker. Comes off him last. And that'll be a throw-in, I think, for Rangers. That was an offside anyway. "26 minutes left plus added on time for Rangers to get to a semi-final of a European competition." You can like and subscribe if you are not already. That'd be fantastic. Another next commentary is on Saturday, lunchtime, 12:30, Tottenham versus Brighton. Bassi playing through the lines. Great ball to Kent. Helps it to the left back, Barisic. His crosses have been immense all night. And another one reaches ahead. This time of Ramsey, but it's over the bar. Barisic's crosses tonight have been unbelievable, and that is why he's in the team. He's in the team for his crossing ability, and nearly every single cross has led to either a goal or a chance. Great work. Back underway. David Carmo looks over the top, brought down by Vitinha very nicely. Heavy touch allows it for Lundstrom to take over. And a ball forward towards Aribo by Ryan Jack. Spins his man well. David Carmo, and that will be a free kick for Rangers. Great work. Goldson at the back. "380 professional appearances now for Connor Goldson. No red cards for a centre-half, I find very impressive. Don't want to jinx it and him to get sent off, but, 380 career appearances for him and yet to be sent off as a centre-half. I find that, like I say, pretty impressive, to be honest, because you know what some centre-halves are like with red cards is Ramsey takes it beautifully up towards Kamaru, who just hits the back of his heel, and it can be cleared by Oliveira, the centre-back for Braga, but it's only cleared as far as the head of Bassi. Great work from the centre-back. This is a performance of the ages for Rangers, and they get it to Tavernier, who's got loads of green grass to run into, zips it into Ramsey, Roof on the edge, strong challenge by Oliveira, can be cleared as well by the centre-half, but again only as far as Connor Goldson, as Rangers continues to pile on the pressure. Through the gap to Aribo, spins his man beautifully. Francisco Moura is having a bit of a mare here. And Aribo wins the free kick. Pulled left, right and centre by Francisco Moura there. Literally dragged about the whole entire time Aribo had the ball there. And like I say, Francisco Moura not having the greatest of substitute appearances, but he's definitely up against it, that's for sure. When you see he's down to 10 men and your opposition's got the momentum, it's difficult to, really get a foothold in the game and have a decent performance. And Eintracht Frankfurt has made it 3-0. Surely it is over for Barcelona. Barisic, in-swinging cross. It's a dangerous one. Aribo helps on. It'd be a goal kick. How does he give a corner? I don't understand how he's give a corner. Comes off Aribo last. To be fair, if Aribo had left that, that could have gone all the way through by Barisic. That shouldn't have been a corner for me, personally. But Kostic again at the double. Barcelona looks like they're out. Tavernier. The right wand of a boot he has. Near post, headed away. Kept alive by Jack to Ramsey on the edge of the box on the right hand side. Plays it forward to Lundstrom. Back into Ramsey. He's continued his run towards the near post. He strikes towards the near post. Comes off the side netting. And again, Rangers are sniffing out that third goal if they can find it. So it looks like we're going to have a West Ham Eintracht Frankfurt semi-final and a Rangers RB Leipzig semi-final. Looks like the dream story for Xavi to return to Barcelona and get a European title is over. They've got to score 3 now in the last 20 minutes of the game. 89 people. If we can force that up to 100, that'd be great. I'd love to get triple figures on concurrent viewers. So please try and get that. Tell your friends, tell your family to watch if you can. Like I say, if you can all like, subscribe, that'd be unbelievable. Over 20 minutes left in this game. It's on a knife edge because Braga are still in it. Despite not playing great, despite having 10 men and Aribo's found Kamar roofing behind. He's got to score. He lobs it over the keeper and it's in. No flag's up. Oh, the flag is up. Kamar Roof, head in his hands. He's had a goal disallowed in the 4th minute. He hit the bar later on in the first half. And now, with 20 minutes to go, he's had his 2nd goal disallowed. Ooh, that's close. I think David Carmo's playing him on. A ball was put forward, I think, by Lundstrom. Flicked on by Aribo in behind. He lobbed it with so much composure. Fabiano Silva tried to clear it off the line. He couldn't do so. And the ball was in the net. But was he offside? Because this will kill the game. For first glances, I don't think he was off. Oh, he was off. Oh, the pressure continues. It stays 2-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate. Dalton's down with a facial injury. Rangers are asking for a bit more than just a free kick. The free kick's been... There's not even been a free kick given. The play's just been stopped for a head injury. Nice to see a replay here, just to see if... maybe VAR want to have a look at this and think there's something wrong. I think Borna Barisic needs to be relaxed here because... he's getting a little bit too aggravated. No arms were used, to be fair. No arms were in the air by Vitinha, the young striker. His arms are actually down, in fairness, and they just collide with heads. Nothing given there. Right decision, no free kick. Well done by the referee again. Francois Letexier, only 32 years of age. Incredible referee for such a young age. Oh, just his shoulders ahead of the defender there. For Kamar Roof to get his goal. Like I said, 2 goals disallowed. He's hit the crossbar from about a yard out. But you could argue got the most important play in the game. Winning the penalty before half-time to give Rangers the lead in this tie. And getting Vitor Tormina, the Braga centre-half, sent off as well. So his efforts are definitely not going unrecognised. As West Ham are under the cosh here. Shot off the head of Craig Dawson. It's Goldson and Vitinha, make up in a sportsmanship way that we like to see. Unlike last night where Atletico Madrid and Manchester City had a few altercations of their own. Crazy game. That is getting investigated by UEFA for that, because obviously you don't want to be seeing that, especially younger audiences. I know us, well, I say us older viewers, I'm not that old, but us viewers, of an older age, not, the likes of your 10-year-olds, 10-year-olds, we don't want to be seeing them that, because honestly, where I do some work with some younger children, football, some of them, the way they dive, it is how you see it in the Premier League, diving around, rolling. You're thinking, come on, don't be copying them. And then when you see that last night, you're just thinking, oh, jeez. You're seeing the likes of Gary Neville saying he enjoyed watching it, and to be fair, I found it pretty pretty interesting to watch. But I was thinking, come on, we don't want to be that. We don't want to see that, to be honest. As we do continue, we're back on the way. Fabiano Silva throw in for Braga, heads it forward. Lundstrom kicks away. Kamaru, no changes yet for Rangers. Don't really want to disrupt the flow as Kent gets on the afters. Ryan Jack plays it to Goldson, who now has it off Tavernier. Braga's been robbed. I'm not sure of that. So as Braga deal with that in an unconventional way, the long ball forward by Rangers, Paulo Oliveira got it to his keeper in the end. Francisco Moura loses out to Tavernier. It's now Ramsey. Tries to work it out towards Tavernier, just too heavily hit. And it'll be a Braga throw-in. My throat is killing me. I'm losing my voice. I'm not sure Braga's been robbed. I mean, they got off to a really slow start. Man sent off for a last man challenge. I do think it was a foul, to be fair. As the left back Francisco Moura has got in behind here, and Galton has to deal with him. And Tavernier can only slice it behind. Braga believe. Braga do believe here. One goal will see him to extra time. Throw in. Lundstrom heads away. Fabiano Silva, what are you doing? Fabiano Silva, right back, currently playing in a back three. The guy there's a man who's caught the ball in the stands. A man's caught that ball from the Fabiano Silva strike, and he's keeping it. Do not blame him. I would have kept it as well. But yeah, like I said, he plays right centre back and right wing back and right back Fabiano Silva, and he's just hit it on the volley from 35 yards out. It's never going in. It's never going in. What are you doing? Fabiano Silva plays a long ball in over the top, and that'll be chested down by McGregor, and he will take his time to catch this as Vitinha comes to press. He collects it. He rolls it out. 15 minutes to go. Player for Rangers, and that is Calvin Bassey on the ball. Goldson clips it wide left towards Barisic, brings it down, the Croatian. Did get limited minutes in the Euros, but did make the Croatian squad in the summer of 2021. Goldson to Ryan Jack, who's drifted wide right. Vice Tavernier, who's getting forward in the Braga half. Back it goes to Ryan Jack again, across to Goldson. There's Bassey on the halfway line. A third would kill it. Aribo. Ryan Kent. Overlap of Barisic. Finds him. Cross. Roof. Oh, headed away by Francisco Moura. Only finds Ryan Jack on the far right hand side. Can they maybe get another crossing? Goes back into Lundstrom. Forward to Tavernier. Flicks it into Aribo. Tackled away from his feet by Al-Mazrati. But only as far as a Braga throwing. A Rangers throwing on the right hand side. Bassey. Looks like Glenn Kamara is going to be coming on. Ramsey takes it in his stride. Oh, gets past two. The third. Brought down. No free kick or penalty, said the referee. Cleared away. Goldson. Pressed by Vitinha. But he does work it nicely to Tavernier. Flicks it in behind for Aribo with the header. Pushed to the ground by a Braga defender. But he gets back up. He gets the ball back. But I think there was a hand in there. A hand involved on Aribo. As he's not giving Braga the ball back. Really like this referee, Francois Letexier, the young Frenchman. Ramsey probably had a good claim for a free kick there on the edge of the box, but the referee didn't see it. Mateus with a free kick. Braga need to create a chance. They've not had one, and to be fair, I know it's not their fault because they've had 10 men since right before the first half, but if a moment breaks for them, they've got to take it, because if they take this extra time and maybe force penalties, then it's a lottery. I know people say, oh, but penalties aren't a lottery. They are, really. Anything can happen in penalties. Even your best penalty takers can crumble under the pressure. Bassi gives it away, and Braga can get it forward. This is it for them. Ricardo Horta from afar. Why is he shooting from so far out? Blocked on a Braga throw-in, but they need a goal. My throat is really not surviving this game. Love your love for the game, mate. Thank you very much, John Barker. It's just natural. Even if it's not my team, when it's a good game of football and it's a tense game of football, I just feel it like I'm a fan of the teams. And, as a commentary, some of you I know probably aren't watching the game, so you want to feel the energy, you want to know what it's like. I want to try and give you every little detail I can possible. And with 11 and a half minutes to go, plus 7 on time, Braga need a goal. Barisic, it's a long cross to Roof on the edge, turns, passes it to Rio, across to Ramsey! Over the line! Free kick! Oh, my days. As the ball went across by Aribo, Ramsey got on it with a touch, but he's ran right into the face of Mateus, the keeper, and the free kick's been given. Rangers have had the ball behind that goal line 5 times, but they've only scored twice. Right. So Ramsey touched the ball towards goal. The keeper saved it before it got over the line, and then Ramsey ran into him and kicked it over the line. Ramsey apologised, and he knew. He knew it was a free kick. 2 changes for Rangers. So goal disallowed. Aaron Ramsey comes off. 80 minutes in the tank for the Welshman. He struggled for, a lot of minutes at Rangers, try to ease him into the squad. But Ramsey and Ryan Jack come off. Glenn Kamara's on. And also Scott Wright as well. Scott Wright is on, formerly of Aberdeen. He made late last-minute substitute appearances in games against Dortmund and Red Star Belgrade. But he comes on for his first minutes in this tie against Braga. Did score 1 goal in the Europa League so far this season. That was in the last group game against Lyon, where it ended 1-1. But Mateus, after getting a bang off on his head by Aaron Ramsey, he's back to his feet. Disallowed goal, and rightly so. But like I said, they've had 5 goals here, Rangers, or 5 times the ball's been over that goal line. And like I said, they're only 2 up, and Braga is still in with a sniff of a chance if they get the right ball. And they're going to make a change of their own. A CDM's coming on, a central defensive midfielder's coming on for Braga. Jean-Baptiste Gorby is coming on. He's been injured for the last 5 until the last league game. This will be his first appearance in the Europa League this season for the French midfielder. Only his 10th appearance in the whole entire season. He spent the last season with the under-23s, so he's made that progression up to the senior team. The 19-year-old midfielder, who's set to come on soon. Mateus takes the free kick, headed one by Vitinha. Medeiros gets it to Al-Musrati behind him, looks for the return. They want a handball, Braga, but they won't get it. But Lundstrom's pass is short. Fabiano Silva gets beyond one, lays it off into Andre Castro. Ricardo Hortus tries to shoot, blocked, cleared by Kent. Musrati, or Al-Musrati should I say. It's Fabiano Silva on the right-hand side. Keeps it alive. Inside it goes. Nice turn by Andre Castro. Can't get there ahead of Calvin Bassi, and he concedes the corner. The Braga fans are going crazy. Dancing, singing, banners out. And they could see their team equalise, because the best chance I think Braga have got to score is for a set piece. In swinger. Headed in! David Carmo equalises! You just knew it was going to happen. It's level on aggregate, 2-1 on the night. And you just felt like something was going to turn against Rangers, and it has with 8 minutes to go. Iori Medeiros, great ball into the 6-yard area. David Carmo, who's been fantastic at the back for Braga in these 2 legs, heads it on towards the far post. McGregor, flat on his feet, unmoved, the Scotsman. And David Carmo, the Portuguese centre-half, rises above all to equalise an aggregate. And this tie is not over yet. When you think Rangers have got it, it falls away from them. And it's level on aggregate. No away goals, thankfully for Rangers, because if there was away goals, they'd need a winner. But thankfully they don't. Oh my days. Scott Wright's been found on the right-hand side. Keeps it in on the byline. Edge of the box, across the Lundstrom. Tackled by Al-Masrati. And Braga, they want a winner. Oh, Iori Medeiros can't get away from Bassi. Works it towards Kent. His pass intercepted by Fabiano Silva. Just about keeps it in and clears it. All the way back it goes to Alan McGregor. Wow. Your passion is great, young man. Turn up for the semi-final. Oh, turn up for the semi-final. What, Rangers semi-final? Because they're not there yet. Oh, poorly timed comment. Poorly timed comment. Oh, I just felt something was left in this game. The way Braga had just held on, and Rangers not being as clinical in the second half as they were in the first. Even though they did score a disallowed goal in the 70th minute with Kamar Roof. And they got the ball in the net with Ramsey moments before the goal, as Mateus is strong again and fouled he is as he kicks by Roof as he went to try and win the ball. And it will be a booking for Kamara Roof, the Jamaican. Oh. Joke, this should have been put to bed. I agree. To be fair, the thing is, Rangers haven't been bad in this second half. But against 10 men, they probably should have scored a goal. It's hard to say that because Kamar Roof has put it in the back of the net. He got him behind like he did for the red card that he got and the penalty he won. But he was marginally offside. His shoulder was off. So when you say, oh, Rangers should have scored, 10 men, they did have the ball in the net, but they just got very unlucky. And like I say, with that Ramsey goal that he got over the line, it was a foul. He got the ball past the line by going right into the Braga goalkeeper. And they're going to show the corner again. In swinger, David Carmo got away from Galton, and Kamar Roof, who was on zonal marking, just didn't have the height against the 6'5" centre-half. And like I said, I just felt something was going to happen. And the Braga fans who have made the trip to Scotland are delighted. 5 minutes plus added on time until extra time if there's no more goals. Malmo all over. Are Malmo playing? No. Oh, Malmo all over. Yes, I know what you mean. To be fair, I watched that game, in fairness. I paid, actually, to watch Malmo beat Rangers in the Europa League. In the Champions League qualifiers. As Kent gets it away here on the left. Brought down fairly, says the referee. As Andre Castro brings down the ball in the Rangers half. Try and find it. Yeah, Malmo got a red card and they scored 2 goals with 10 men and went on to knock out Rangers in the second leg. I do remember that, actually. Like I said, I paid money to watch that because it was a Champions League qualifier and BT Sport don't have the qualifying games in the Champions League. So I do remember that. It was very disappointing, for sure. But yeah, like I said, if you can like subscribe, that'd be fantastic. I know I keep saying it, but while I've got big numbers in for a stream, I don't usually get these big numbers while they're here. I'm going to keep asking, please hit that subscribe button. We could be going to extra time. Glenn Kamara, the substitute, has it for Rangers. Right-footed ball to Tavernier. Down the line it goes to Wright. Pulls it back, it's deflected and can only be cleared for a corner. Good run as well, that from Scott Wright. Is there more drama left? Looks like West Ham are through to the semi-final. They're hitting the 90th minute and they're still 3-0 up. Outswing and ball in by Tavernier. Helped away at the near post. Helped back in by Scott Wright. Still in the air. Drops to Roof. Headed down to Goldson. Hesitates and Vitinha takes it away from him. Cleared by Andre Castro. Back to Vitinha. Inside it goes to Ayori Medeiros. Strong tackle by Goldson. But back to Medeiros it goes. Can't take on Goldson again. Kent now has it. It's off into Roof. Back it goes to Bassi. Out to Tavernier. And they will try again. 2 minutes to go. Plus added on time. Aribo. Across to Tavernier on the edge of the box. Back out to Wright. Takes a good touch down the line. Pulls it back. Cleared away. Here we go. Do you do pets here? No, we don't. But I'm betting you this is going to be a tense ending. That's for sure. Tavernier inside to Kamara. All on the edge of the Braga box as they try and break away through this red wall. Kamara pokes out to Scott Wright. It's been good since coming on. Good cross in as well, but no one's there. Fabiano Silva clears. Only as far as Calvin Bassi, who chests it forward. Cleared away by Vitinha. Only as far as Barisic on the left-hand side. Can he link up with Kent, who's currently on the ball? Tackled strongly by Fabiano Silva. And he's been fouled there as he cleared it there, Fabiano Silva. Barisic knocked into him. West Ham are very close to getting through. Very close. And just keep having a look. Barcelona have pulled one back, but I think it's too late there and added on time. Oh, change score. Great shout. Yeah, I do. Change score, change score, change score. As Braga get a switch out to Ricardo Horta. This will be heartbreak. Oh, tried a 1-2 with Medeiros, but it's intercepted and Calvin Bassi needs to clear. He gets it out to Kent, lays it back off into Bassi. Deflects off Fabiano Silva for a throw for Rangers. Great play by Bassi. 2-1 on night. 2-2 on aggregate. Remember, no away goals. So straight to extra time it goes. If there is no more goals. Barisic is struggling for fitness. It looks like Balogun's going to come on. Here we go. So Borna Barisic has been absolutely immense on that left-back position with his crossing. Crossed the ball in where Aribo flicked it on for Tavernier's goal in the 70th second. Put a cross in for Roof, who headed it in from a yard out 4 minutes in, but that was disallowed. He's been great. He was brought in for his crossing ability for tonight's game. They've used it well, but he's really struggling with cramp in the back of his 2 hamstrings and calves. And he's going to be replaced by Balogun, who started the first leg. So Bassi is going to go out to left-back, and Balogun's going to play at left centre-half. 5 minutes of added on time. We've played 45 seconds. I can't even hear the sound of the crowd, but I can feel the tension. Thrown down the line by Bassi, helped back forward by Fabiano Silva. Braga thoroughly believe they can get a winner here. Fabiano Silva really hoofs it forward. Challenging ball to deal with by Galton, but he deals with it well. Helped on by Lundstrom and again by Aribo up to Kamar Roof, who's been great with the hold-up play. Lays back off into Bassi. First time ball, looking for Roof and behind again. Header won by Paulo Oliveira. But it's a throw-in for Braga. Had already gone out of play before he headed the ball out. Ball forward by Braga. Dealt with by Rangers, but Lundstrom gives it away in a poor area. Ricardo Horta tries to get it into Francisco Moura. Just a bit behind him, but Braga can keep the ball. Ricardo Horta does get it to his left back here. Francisco Moura. Roof puts pressure on the Braga centre-half, who gets it forward, but it only falls as far as Calvin Bassi. Lundstrom Left-footed ball. Oh, there's no one down the left channel. And it'll fall to Mateus. You'd think Rangers are the team with 10 men. You really would. So much confidence in this Braga team with 10 men with that goal. 2 minutes left. Out the hands of the Braga goalkeeper as he lifts it forward. Balogun needs to win the header. Does do so. And it'll fall to Lundstrom, who calms it down and gets it to Galton. And West Ham have made it to European semi-final. Congratulations to the Hammers. Over 2 legs, they beat Lyon 4-1, 3-0 on the night. Historic for West Ham. Congratulations to them. And Eintracht Frankfurt are also nearly through against Barcelona away at the new camp. Just over 2 minutes remaining in this one. Galton striding forward with it from the back. Works it to Scott Wright, the number 23. Charges down the line. Crosses towards the near post. Header won by Andre Castro. And volleyed away by Ricardo Horta. Vitinha, number 99, will give chase. Against Balogun, can only head it out for a throw-in for Braga in the Rangers half. And the Braga fans are still going wild. I don't think they've stopped all game. Rangers now, you probably settle for extra time. Because Braga are 10 men, they've got to put an extra man's work in. And they'll probably tire quicker. Ricardo Horta, down the line to Vitinha. Tries to spin Tavernier, and he does. And he gets beyond Lundstrom. He's got space for a shot. No, he doesn't. Glenn Kamara, what defending. And he wins a free kick from Vitinha. Great defending from Kamara. McGregor's over it. He plays it short to Bassi at left back. He's been fantastic, Bassi, this season. And again tonight. Halfway line's Kent. He enters the Braga half. Goes down the line for Roof, who will give chase against Paulo Oliveira. And he has to hurry it away. Down the line to Fabiano Silva. And down the line himself, only as far as Bassi. Strides forward, gets past Al Musrati. Minute left. Kent. Bassi. To Kamara it goes. Out to Tavernier. He's already got a brace tonight. Kamara. Tavernier again. Down the line for Wright. Tries to get a pull back. It's a corner. This is probably last chance before extra time. This is tense. This is tense. Can I stand up? We're standing up. I'm standing up. I'm standing up. I'm standing up. Tavernier outswinger. In it goes. Headed away. Scott Wright has to chase it. Lays it off into Bassi on halfway. Flicks it to his left to Kamara. They need to get it back in the box. This is it. Last chance. Kent on the left. He's got the overlap of Kamara. Feeds it to it. Pull back. Off Kamara. Away. Only as far as Kent on the left. He needs to get a cross in. He does. Right foot. Goldson. Oh, just wide. Just wide. And that is that. After 120 minutes of intense European football between Rangers and Braga, we are level and going to extra time. Galton at the far post got up the highest, but could only head it wide. And extra time it is. It's all about a quick recovery now. I don't think I even did the timer for the second half. I do apologise. Oh, I didn't even have the timer going. Oh, someone should have told me. I apologise. I will get the timer done for for extra time. I am sorry about that. But I don't know if I can do another half an hour. I don't think I can. Eintracht Frankfurt still not through yet. 8 minutes of added on time so far, but it does look like they'll be going through. A full time here. Extra time will come. Second half though for Rangers. Failed to score, but they had their chances. 70th minute. Kamar Roof lobbed the ball over Mateus in the Braga goal, but he was narrowly offside. And that was really only the big chance they had. They had an early shot in the first half with Aribo, who went close. Chance off the line with a header, which Roof headed towards goal, but it was cleared off the line. But the big one was the disallowed goal, where it was disallowed. And then another chance for Ramsey, who did get it over the line, but that was through fouling the goalkeeper. And then Braga, with 7 minutes to go with the 90, David Carmo from the back corner, 6'5" centre-half, bangs the header into the bottom left corner to upset the Rangers fans. And with 10 men, it was a courageous performance, and they saw it out through to full time. End of the 90, first half of extra time we have coming up in a couple minutes. And like we just seen in the comments there, I am the same. I cannot believe Rangers didn't kill this game. Yes, they've had the ball past the goal line 5 times this game, but they've only scored twice. Like I said, sorry for not having the timer on for that second half. I completely forgot. If you ever see that again, please just let me know. First time of extra time there. The timer will be ready. But an extra half an hour is needed for Rangers. Hope you're enjoying this. I'm kind of glad that it's extra time, because I get more people staying a bit longer. And this will probably be the highest viewed stream ever. So this is history for the Football Commentaries channel. This will probably be the highest ever viewed Football Commentaries live stream, and I've been doing it for just under 3 years. So thank you to everyone who's made that possible and who is still here and who's liking and subscribing, because it really does help subscribing. It really does. And if we can try and hit 100 viewers, that'll be fantastic. I think there's been a red card for Eintracht Frankfurt in their game. So whoever that is, they'll probably miss the semi-final. Memphis Depay had a penalty. Saved onto the bar and over the line, so I think it's 3-2. Oh, Barcelona got it to 3-2. They got it to a 1-goal deficit, but that was not enough. Full-time whistle at the Nou Camp. It ends Barcelona 2, Frankfurt 3, 4-3 on aggregate for the Germans, and they will face West Ham United in the Europa League semi-final. After the success of this Frankfurt team back in the 2018-2019 season, you might remember they got to the semi-final against Chelsea. They play English opposition again. They play West Ham this time in a 2-legged semi-final. And even though Barcelona probably would have wanted to play Barcelona just for the name, they've got Frankfurt instead. And if they can beat Barcelona, they can definitely, certainly beat West Ham. So that will be tough for the Irons. So all the other semi-finalists have been confirmed. Leipzig will play either Rangers or Braga. West Ham will play Frankfurt. And we've got a deal now with extra time as we're about to get underway. Rangers kicking right to left. Rangers have kick-off. "87 people here for extra time. Make sure you're liking, subscribing. And we're about to get the first half of this extra time underway. Kamaru, back to Lundstrom, across to Tavernier. And we're back underway for the first half of extra time that Braga grafted so hard for. I don't think there's been any changes at half time as well. Golton, that's a really poor ball in behind on the right. Straight out of play. That was a shocking ball from Golton. He knows it as well. And Braga have a goal kick. Mateus with that goal kick as well. The Brazilian. No clean sheet for him, but he's making his 245th appearance for Braga. He's been at the club since 2014. Golton heads away his goal kick, only as far as Mora, the left back. Defending here for Tavernier, who catches Ricardo Horta late. And that'll be a free kick for Braga. Far away from the Rangers' goal, but they could still probably launch this into the box. Just a late challenge there from Tavernier, who caught the Braga captain, Ricardo Horta, and the aged 27 Portuguese international, making his 275th appearance of Braga himself tonight. Did have a loan spell with them back in 2016-2017. Got 12 goals in 43 appearances. Medeiros whips it in towards the box, headed away by Tavernier. Bassi will give chase in the left-back area. We'll get there and get it down the line. Aribo helps it on to Roof. Brings it down. Comes off Andre Castro last for a throw-in. but I think a free kick's been given for that late contact by Roof on Andre Castro. Like I said, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Referee for tonight's game, Francois Letexia, Frenchman, 32 years old, incredible referee. Very calm, composed, keeps a lid on everything that's going on, doesn't let his age dictate anything. He's been class tonight. I've been really impressed with the young referee. I think he's given a booking out to a member of the Braga staff, I believe. He has been given a free kick. As Kamaru tried to keep it in, he's just caught Andre Castro late, the experienced central midfielder for Braga, who's at the age himself of 34. High line for Rangers, but they'll look to get this in the box here, Braga. It's very nervy here in Glasgow. Ricardo Horta, right-footed in-swinger, headed away nicely by Balogun, only as far as Al-Masrati, who collects it on the left-hand side, puts a cross in himself towards Balogun, who clears only as far as Lundstrom on the edge, who helps it away towards Aribo. He can't get on the end of it. It's now Al-Masrati on the left again for Braga, and back he goes to Mateus, the keeper. Like I said, this extra time in the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes of the game, you'd think Braga with a team with 11 men. You really would. As they're pushing for a goal here on the far left. Francisco Moura with the throw-in. Like I say, West Ham to face Eintracht Frankfurt in the semi-final. Cleared away by Rangers. Roof will try and challenge for it, but it's flicked away by Braga, only as far as the head of Joe Aribo. Helps it on towards Roof, but Al-Masrati deals with it nicely, and they've again forced it back to their goalkeeper, Mateus. If we could try and hit 100 viewers live, that'd be great. I've never done that. Never hit 100 live viewers. So if we can try and bump that number up, that'd be great. David Carmo, the goal scorer for Braga in this second leg, heads it forward. Nice possession play from Braga. They do work it back to their centre-half, Carmo. Mateus clips it wide right to Fabiano Silva. Good header on towards Ayuri Medeiros. Not strong enough on Balogun. Rangers have it back in their own half with Balogun. Got Sakala warming up, the striker. Probably a good shout to bring him on for Kamaru, because Kamaru has played, 95 minutes, but plus the added on time. He's probably played about 102 minutes, and he has worked his socks off. I am commentating on Saturday as well. Spurs versus Brighton in the Premier League. If you could join that on Saturday lunchtime, that would be fantastic. Keep these viewers coming in. Kent has it deep in the Braga half. Comes off the hand, surely, off a Braga man. No, it doesn't, says the referee, and they clear it only as far as Balogun, who is completely on his own, can bring the ball forward to John Lundstrom. First ever season in Europe for the midfielder. Long ball to Tavernier, helps on down the line to right, pulls it back, comes off the foot of Castro, and can be cleared away. But I think that was Ricardo Horta, the captain, and Vitinha will give chase, but Balogun gets there first, lays it off into his keeper, McGregor, who's in all yellow strip tonight, gets it into Balogun. Come on, we're so close to 100 viewers, on 94 as we hit extra time here. Tavernier clips it into Aribo, keeper gets there first. Free kick. Aribo collides with the keeper. That's the third time now that the keeper's been collided with a Rangers player. Roof, Ramsey and Aribo. Brave keeping. Came to collect it, got there first and just got clashed into there by Aribo. Definitely a foul. And Aribo struggling with cramp. Having to be helped out by the Braga keeper. Respect there. That's what we like to see. Both teams helping each other out with a cramp. Because both teams have grafted so hard. As there's another booking, I think, for another member of staff there. I'm not sure if it's the way of Rangers or Braga. It's a Braga player, I think, or is that staff? He looks young for a player. He looks young enough for a player, but I think it's a member of staff. As tensions do flare on the sidelines, as the Braga manager's having a chat with the full official Jeremy Pignard, full French officials for tonight's game. As Mateus takes that free kick up towards Vitinha, the young striker, but it goes over his head, and a throw in for Rangers. My throat is killing me. This game has really took it out of my voice as we were over 2 hours and 18 minutes into the stream. Been a fantastic game. Red card, penalties, goals, disallowed goals, goal line clearances. We've had it all tonight. As RB Leipzig wait a little bit longer for their semi-final matchup. Kent on the left takes it down towards the byline, works across in, Mateus out again to collect. Really good goalkeeper, the Brazilian, and he looks to set away a counter-attack here. A long ball up towards Vitinha. Oh, nearly got him behind, but Balogun came to cover Galton, who let the striker go. And he takes him on, and Balogun goes inside to Kamara, the substitute. Plays it into Aribo. He was struggling with cramp, but he still got the energy to drive forward. Into the Braga half he goes. He's got Kent to his left. Feeds it to the winger. Kent on the overlap is Bassi. He's struggling for pace, but he gets there. Clips it in. Headed away. As far as Kent on the edge. Volley, and it's well wide. Showed a bit of tidiness there. Kent didn't really get any solid contact on it. And wide it went. 8 minutes into extra time. Rangers 2, Braga 1. 2-2 on aggregate. 97 viewers. We're close to that triple figures for the first time in the history of the channel. Telling you, always Rangers. They always bring some good people into the stream. Always good fans. As Lundstrom heads it forward to Kamaru from the goal kick. Roof trying to hold it up. Dispossessed though by Paulo Oliveira. And Andre Castro looks for a long ball in behind for for Braga, but does not reach their attacking players as McGregor gets it. And we've hit 100 live viewers. Great to see. First time ever we've hit triple figures. I'm glad so many here to witness the end of this what could be historic game for Rangers. Not reached the European semi-final since 2008 when they faced Fiorentina in the UEFA Cup when it was then named. Lundstrom, about 25 yards away from goal. Right, works his way away from Al-Masrati. Right again, looks to run at the Braga midfield and defence, but he's been caught out there by Medeiros. But he tries to win it back through Fabiano Silva. But a free kick's been given as his press was a little bit too aggressive, says the referee. Yeah, a bit of an aggressive challenge. Took the man before he got the ball, that's for sure. It's going to be another change here for Braga. Oh yeah, by the way, I did say before that Jean-Baptiste Garbi was coming on, the French midfielder, but he actually eventually didn't come on in the end. But this time, Al-Masrati, the Libyan midfielder, who puts in so much work rate for Braga, joining 2020. 85th appearance tonight. He's going to be replaced by number 25, Lucas Mineiro. Lucas Mineiro, 6'2" CDM, Brazilian, making his 9th appearance of the Europa League campaign. He only got 8 minutes in the reverse leg. He comes on for Al-Masrati. But like I said, Jean-Baptiste Garbi never came on for Braga. I did say he was coming on, but they must have changed their minds. Aribo has it on halfway, gets it towards Kent on the left, tackled there by Paulo Oliveira. And we're 100 minutes in, we've got 100 people in the stream. And Rangers are looking for a goal. They don't want penalties. I kind of do for the tension. It would make a great end to the stream. But I don't think my nerves can take it. And like I said, I've not got real allegiance to Rangers at all. As Kamara has been found here on the right. He is left-footed, so he chops back onto his left. Finds a ball down the line for Aribo. Across the roof! He finally scores in this game for Rangers. And it could be a historic moment for the Jamaican. It's not been an easy second leg. Challenges have been thrown at them. But in extra time, from a few yards out, Kamara got the ball through to Aribo. Across the goal it went. And Kamaru, who's had 2 goals disallowed tonight, has finally got his first one that will stand. Like I say, Kamara towards the corner flag, got onto his left foot, played a ball down into Aribo with his right. He pulled it across goal, just looking for a blue shirt to get on the end of it. And thankfully for Joe Aribo, it fell right to the feet of Kamaru, who got away from his marker, Fabiano Silva. And the job's not done yet. But that's a big step towards the semi-finals. Across it went. Lost his marker. And he just could not miss. And he just didn't miss. He looks over to the linesman just to make sure. And Rangers go berserk as Braga may crumble again. Unbelievable. I swear you'll never see anything like this again. Rangers fans haven't seen things like this for a long, long time. They lead 3-1 on the night. 3-2 on aggregate with the help of extra time. And Kemar Roof is the man who scores the goal. Like I say, he had a goal disallowed in the 40th minute. He had a goal disallowed in the 70th minute. But in the 101st minute, that's when he gets his goal. And do Braga have the energy, the courage, the desire to get a goal back again? No Alfredo Morelos, no problem for Rangers. They may be slipping away in the league, being 6 points off Celtic, and they do have a big cup semi-final against Celtic on Sunday. But at the minute, this is their priority. Roof is class. Roof has been class tonight. His work rate has been unbelievable. And the camera is shaking because there is so much bouncing from the Rangers supporters. And like I say, after a long 10-year journey from administration to a possible European Cup semi-final, it's been Hollywood stuff in the Glasgow scene. Mora with the long throwing, dealt with by Rangers. Braga throwing in just in their own half. Roof is struggling with cramp. I said before he scored they probably should take him off because he did seem like he was struggling, and he's worked his absolute socks off. As Balogun sweeps up for Rangers at the back. Foul late there by Ayuri Medeiros. And the referee just comes over to calm the scene, as he's going to get a booking here, Ayuri Medeiros. Oh, and he's been sent off. He was giving verbals back to the referee, and Francois Letexier has dealt with absolutely no bad talk from any player or staff. Anyone who's gone against him, he's told them no, and he's booked him. And that is silly, and that is tie over, surely. He gets a first yellow card for a late challenge on Balogun. And as the referee came over to give him a yellow card, Ayuri Medeiros got right into the face of the referee. And like I said, he's took none of that all night from anyone. He's been unbelievable tonight, the referee, with reffing this occasion. He's dealt with no rubbish from anyone. And he was not liking the way he was being spoken to there by Ayuri Medeiros. And him single-handedly has got his team out of the Europa League. Surely no way back for Braga. It's 9 versus 11. And Ayuri Medeiros, right before half-time of the first half, like the first red card, which came right before the end of the first half of normal time, have now put Braga down to 9 men. Surely that's it. If you're a Rangers fan, you probably just want one more goal. A 2-goal advantage would be nice. But surely with a 2-man advantage, that's enough. 1 minute of added time. We've played 30 seconds of it already. It is idiotic. Because I'm not going to lie, when he got the first yellow card and he started going up towards the referee, kind of towards his face, giving him a few words, how he disagreed with the decision, I was thinking he could get sent off here because he's getting close up to the face of the ref and he's shouting at him aggressively. And the referee saw it the same as me. Completely idiotic from Ayuri Medeiros, the winger, who I've liked these 2 legs. He started the first leg and he got the assist, I think, for the Braga goal in that first leg. And in the second leg, he's been a little bit more dangerous. But a moment of stupidity. And this seen his team possibly out the Europa League. Half-time of extra time. Rangers 3, Braga 1. Rangers 11 men. Braga only have 9. Nine men. I think every single man on that pitch needs help with cramp. What a shift by all these Rangers players. My chest is hurting. My voice is nearly going. My throat is going. But what a game. What a game. Nine men. How do Braga set up? Can they somehow miraculously get into penalties? Remember, they are only one goal behind. So say if they can somehow get the ball forward and win a corner, like they did for their first goal 7 minutes before the end of the time, they could nick a goal from a set piece, that's all I'm saying. But how do they get set pieces when they're going to be camped so far in their own half because they've only got 9 men and they need to defend? Always had faith. And the shooting coat stands. Your commentary super. Thank you, John, for that. You can't ball at any ref, only one outcome ref. Yeah, but I think some weaker refs probably would have let that go. But I've said this during the game. I've said it all the way through. And this ref, Francois Letexier, French, refs in the French league. I saw him ref against PSG Lyon, 32 years of age. That's all he is. And he refs like he's been reffing at this high level for 10 years. He's been fantastic. Like I said, I just thought the way he got that yellow and he went right up to his face, I was thinking, you're trailing on thin ice here. And he got sent off. Double change for Rangers. Kamar Roof comes off for Scott Arfield. What a set of performances we've had from Rangers, and Roof's one of them. Got that goal to put them ahead 3-1, and Fashion Sakala comes on. Not sure who he's replaced yet. I'll tell you as soon as I find out who got this is for Roof's goal. Joe Rebo pulled back across the goal. And eventually, Jean-Baptiste Garbi comes on. He was meant to come on in the second half, but he's coming on in the second half of extra time. I'm not sure who he's replaced. So when I find out who these players have replaced, I will let you know. But Scott Arfield has replaced Roof. I do know that. Thanks to everyone who's here. Over 100 people. Never happened before on a stream of mine. So really happy to see this amount of people here. Keeper sends it long for Braga as they kick off, kicking from right to left, Rangers left to right. Kamara heads away towards Scott Wright, who's had some great energy since coming on. You can't keep it out. You can't keep it in play. Throw in for Braga. Carmo goes back to centre half. Paulo Oliveira. Gorby comes on for Andre Castro, the experienced central midfielder for Braga. Headed forward towards Vitinho, as far as Galton, who power heads it away for Rangers. Held back forward, though, towards Moura, the left-back, who tries to keep it in on the far left-hand side, and he didn't keep it in. Goal kick for Rangers. And Joe Aribo was replaced by... So Aribo replaced by Arfield, and Roof is replaced by Sakala. Only logical thing he would be saying stuff at the ref for is he admitted defeat or gave up and thought it's fine, I guess. But why would you give up? You're 1 goal behind. You got a goal with 10 men when you were 1 goal behind in the second half. I don't get why he's done it. If you disagree with the yellow card, fine. Have a go at the ref at the end of the game when it's over and you've maybe lost. Don't do it during the game. Stupidity from Iori Medeiros. And that's 2 red cards for Braga. One by Vitor Tormina and the other by Iori Medeiros. And it has made Rangers' job a lot easier. And what a turnaround, by the way. Can I just say, I've just had a thought. The last Europa League game Rangers played in the last campaign in the last season, it finished with a home defeat to Slavia Prague, where Rangers finished the game with 9 men. Balogun got sent off and Kamar Roof got sent off. A year later, and a round further on in the quarters, this time the opposition are the team who are down to 9 men, and Rangers are the team who are leading the tie. Amazing how things can change and work. Silly second yellow, but Rangers should have won it in 90. Completely agree. Should have won it in the 90. Braga held in there, but you've got to remember before extra time, before the third goal, Rangers had the ball in the back of the net 5 times, and 3 of those goals were disallowed for fouls and offsides. So, yeah, probably should have killed it off in the full 90 minutes, but they've soldiered on into extra time, and they have got their lead through Kamar Roof in the 101st minute, and they have currently kept hold of that lead for now. Tavernier's got to throw in. The referee's telling him to hurry. As Tavernier throws it back towards McGregor, he'll be pressed by Ricardo Horta, the captain, he works it quickly to Calvin Bassey at left back. Lofted ball over the top towards Sakala. Gets there ahead of Paulo Oliveira. Can they kill the tie? Kent's running in behind. He's got to him. Scott Wright's in the middle. Free. He pulls it back to Arfield instead. Just behind him. Just behind the Canadian. And he drags it wide. That could have killed it. Quick goal kick by the goalkeeper of Braga, Mateus, who finds Vitinha, the striker. He's gone all the way back to left back to keep it. Takes on Tavernier. Met by a crunching tackle from Kamara. The ball lands to Arfield. Tackled in the end. Braga clear up the field. And tackled by Lundstrom. And Braga are running out of time. Thing is with Braga, they can't even go for it for the last few minutes because they've all got 9 men. So even if they do go for it, they've probably got less men on the field than Rangers. In terms of, like, if they send 8 of their 9 players forward, Rangers will have 11 men back. So they're a 3-man disadvantage. So it's going to be very hard for Braga, but, you know, as a commentator, I've got to try and keep the hope alive because it is only 1 goal at the end of the day. You've got to remember, Braga can score. Like now, if Balogun's on the ball, what if he slips? You know, and Ricardo Horta takes it from him and scores. You know, anything can happen in football. Anything can happen. It's Tavernier at right back, has it. Gets it to Scott Wright. Sakala gets it. Has he timed his run? Play will continue. And he gets it back to Scott Wright for the 1-2. Pulls it back to Sakala. Takes a touch. Strikes it, deflects, keeper saves, Arfield, he misses off the bar. 6 yards out, how's he missed? Kamar Roof in the first half, at 1-0, hit the bar from a yard out, and Scott Arfield's just hit the bar from about 6 yards out with an open goal. He got his foot under the ball, and he hit the bar. How are Rangers not already through this tie? This is ridiculous. McGregor clears for Rangers from the goal. All the way back to Mateus, the Braga keeper. Sweeps it away. And Tavernier can let this go for a throw-in. Despite the pressure from David Carmo, the goal scorer for the Braga goal, to get this for extra time. But Sakala hit it, deflected off 2 players, and then the keeper saved it. And Scott Arfield only had to put it in the back of the net from 6 yards. And he almost dinked it onto the crossbar. Just, seriously, wow. I'm not sure if Sakala was onside from the original first pass, but he gets it again, tries to take on Paulo Oliveira, but he's been tackled, and Arfield presses and tackles back to the keeper, Mateus. Lost for words. Mateus, big kick. Vitinha gives chase. Can he keep it on and win a corner? He keeps it on, but he can only kick it onto the roof of the net. And it'll be a goal kick for Rangers. 10 minutes left to survive. Rangers just scored. No, they didn't. Well, not yet, anyway. Lifted ball towards Sakala for Rangers. Dealt with by Paulo Oliveira. Lundstrom picks up the missing pieces. Takes on 2 plays down the left-hand side. Can he work across? He goes all the way through. He pulls it back. Sakala writes on his own across. He went for the greedy option and had a shot. He does win a corner. But Scott Wright was available. And Sakala just said, I didn't see you, mate. Maybe Sakala should have had a look up himself. Lundstrom, an unbelievable run. Took on 2 players. And then a final third player from Oliveira who couldn't take him out. We pulled it back to Sakala. Took a touch. Left foot. Blocked again by Fabiano Silva. And this time it is a corner. Rangers just scored Kamara. Yeah, that was in the first half of extra time, mate. He's off the pitch now. Replaced by Sakala, who's won this corner. 9 men, Braga. What is going on? Kent has it from the short corner with Scott Wright. Rangers are going for another goal, and I get why. I wouldn't waste time. I'd go for a second goal. Because with 9 men, 2 goal advantage, that is when the game is done. But just a 1 goal advantage, like I say, and I keep saying to you guys, anything can happen. Quick ball forward. What a ball by the keeper. Mateus finds Ricardo Horta up front. Holds it up. And they keep coming forward here. Great run that by Vitinha. Gets it into Garby. On the left. The 19-year-old gets a ball across. And Galton at the near post clears. I'm telling you, there's still a chance here. There is still a chance here for Braga to score, even with 9 men. I'm telling you, anything can happen. Lucas Mineiro has a long throw and he'll send it in. Oh, as far as the head of Goldson, and it almost slices it off his head for another throw-in right in the corner for Braga. And those Rangers fans are going wild. No time for parties yet. Flicked on in the box. Oh, down in the box. Free kick for Kamara. Oh, my days. Braga want a penalty. The throw-in was put in and it was flicked on, and Ricardo Horta tried to shoot. Let's have a look. It was flicked on. Ricardo Horta tried to shoot. No, not for me. Kamara didn't even really touch him, to be honest. He was already off balance, Ricardo Horta, as he went to shoot. You're the man for the Scottish League commentary. Yeah, definitely need to do more commentaries for sure. The Scottish games, as Kent gets it from lunchroom on the far left. 1-on-1 with Fabiano Silva. He's got plays in the box of Arfield and Sakala, the extra time, half-time substitutions. Bassi, I don't get how he's still going. I don't get how he's still got energy in the tank. They do lose it, though, between them. Kent and Bassi, but the clearance only goes as far as Connor Goldson. Stream is well behind. Whose stream? I think yours is well behind. Because we're in the second half, extra time. We're in the 114th minute. Scott Wright, down the right, chops inside. Tackled by Mora, the left back. And Jean-Baptiste Garbi, making his 10th appearance in all competitions of the season for Braga. Tries to bring it away on the left. Tackled by Tavernier. And it'll be a throw-in for Braga in their own half. Thank you to everyone who's here. Seriously, if you could all subscribe, and you don't understand what that would do for my channel. Seriously, you would not understand. So many new subscribers this stream. Thank you so much over the 2 legs. I've gained around 25 subscribers. And remember, in 2 weeks' time, on this Thursday, in 2 weeks' time, so on the 28th of May, if Rangers do see this through, we'll be doing the first leg and the second leg of the Europa League semi-final between Rangers and what will be Eintracht Frankfurt. Kent to Sakala in behind on the right. Could this write the semi-final in stone? Oh, intercepted pass across goal by Fabiano Silva. And Lucas Mineiro needs to clear. It's deflected into the box. Headed away by Oliveira. And a left foot volley away. And there's no one up there for Braga to really chase it. Who do you think the final will be? I don't know. It's too hard to call. It really is. Leipzig are the team Rangers will face. And David Carmo, the centre-half, is absolutely gone. He's tried to press up front the centre-half and he just can't do it. He's put so much work in. I'm surprised any of these players are carrying on. Oliveira, the centre-half himself, tries to get it forward. Header won by Goldson. And Braga running on dead feet. Tavernier at right back. Long ball forward. In behind for Scott Wright. Francisco Moura will get there first and head back to his keeper. 4 minutes left. Mateus, long ball. There is a player chasing it for Braga, but it's too heavy. And Alan McGregor gets it. Rangers, West Ham, Battle of Britain, it would be. Or it could be the Battle of Germany as well, because Eintracht Frankfurt could meet Leipzig in the final, or it could be, like, say, Battle of Britain, Rangers and West Ham. Honestly, this is the highest viewed stream ever on this channel, and I've been doing this for under 3 years now. I've done over 100, I think about 120 commentaries. Most viewed stream ever. Never hit over 100 live viewers at one time. Tonight I have. It's going to be unbelievable numbers. I'm so glad everyone's here, and I hope you've enjoyed the commentary. I've put all my effort in, all my energy. I'll go straight to bed after this, straight to sleep. And Arfield has it in the halfway line for Rangers. Just keep passing this ball around, because Braga are running out of energy. Is it RB Leipzig that Rangers will play? Yes. I don't know if I said Frankfurt before. If I did say Frankfurt playing Rangers, I said that wrong. It will be Rangers versus RB Leipzig, and Frankfurt will take on West Ham. Calvin Bassey brings it forward. Inside it goes to Glenn Kamara. Leipzig is a very hard game. Leipzig will be the favourites for sure. Scott Wright pulls it into the box. Arfield, strike blocked by Oliveira, and Moura can clear for Braga. Up it goes towards Vitinha. Going as far as Bassey, who will bring it away and plays it forward to Kent. Can they kill the game with a goal? Bassey's on an overlap. Can he keep it in? No, too much on it. And it'll be a goal kick for Braga. The celebrations at the end of this game will be immense. It's not been an easy run for Rangers to get to this point. David Carmo, the man who equalised, comes off for Braga. He is literally out. He could not run anymore. He was literally out of steam at all, but he's the reason they're here. Miguel Fall comes on, number 96, the 18-year-old striker. What a moment it would be for him if he could equalise. Fresh set of energy, though, to press for Braga. 2 minutes left. I don't think there'll be much added on time, but they can't get the ball back. 2 men less. It is just too much of a mountain to climb. Kamara through the gap into Kent, twists and turns past Fabiano Silva, and he sends Calvin Bassey away. On the edge of the box, releases to Kamara. Working it back out to Kent. Arfield's in the box. They're slowing it down here. 90 seconds left. Kamara. They're so close to the final whistle. Great comms again tonight, big thanks. No worries at all. I've really enjoyed this one. I've enjoyed both legs. It's been an absolute journey. And the journey may continue for Rangers. Tavernier. Lundstrom. Back to Balogun in the Rangers half as they kill the clock down. Lundstrom, no mistakes now. As they give the ball away, Lundstrom, but thankfully it falls back to him as Jean-Baptiste Garbi. His touch for the interception was too heavy. And Lucas Meneiro takes down Lundstrom for a free kick. And we're so close to the end. At full time, don't go anywhere. If you want, if there's enough people, we can have a chat about the game. We can talk about what's next for Rangers. We can have a debrief. If a lot of you stay, we can keep talking. But the chat, you watching, get involved with the chat at the end of the game. And we'll talk about what's happened tonight and what is the future for Rangers if they see this through. Because it's not over yet, because the final whistle hasn't gone. Connor Goldson just slams it towards the corner where Fashion Sakala gets a head on it. But only as far as a throw in for Braga. Will there be any added on time? We've hit the 120th minute. Forward by Kent. And he's taken down from behind by Mineiro. 1 minute added on. This is surely it. Surely it. .30 seconds left. Tavernier over the free kick. He's definitely not rushing to take it. He leaves it for John Lundstrom. Takes it to Tavernier at right back. Towards the corner flag he must go. No need for another goal. Brought down cynically there by Ricardo Horta, the captain. And that has got to be it for Rangers. Francois Letexier, the referee, puts down the spray. Carlos Carvajal, the Braga-born manager, the man in charge of Braga, is furious. His team has thrown away a great chance of a semi-final. A red card in extra time pretty much killed the tie. We've played the 1 minute. And that is it. Rangers continue to conquer Europe. They are set to play German opposition of RB Leipzig in the semi-finals. And what a journey they're on in the knockouts. They beat Dortmund. They beat the Serbian side of Red Star. They've defeated the Portuguese Braga side that are currently on such good form. But form doesn't mean anything, because when you come to a place like Ibrox, you can be rattled so early on, like they were. Tavernier were a goal within the first 2 minutes. He secured a penalty right before half-time to give Rangers a lead in the tie. And that came with a red card as well for a last man challenge. In the second half, they didn't kill the tie off despite multiple disallowed goals. David Carmo for Braga, 7 minutes from time, headed home to take it to extra time. Extra time hit. Kamaru worked his socks off the entire match. Got his goal after 2 disallowed goals of his own. He scored from a yard or two out in the 101st minute. Before half-time of extra time, Ayuri Medeiros got himself sent off for Braga to take themselves to 9 men. And then from there, it was all about managing the game, and managing the game they did. It ends Rangers 3, Braga 1. 3-2 on aggregate, and Rangers are through to a European semi-final for the first time since 2008. And in that semi-final, they beat Fiorentina on penalties after 2 legs. What will this semi-final entail for them? But all that matters is they have got past Braga. It wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty. They didn't play great, to be honest, Rangers, across the 2 ties. The first leg, they were rubbish, to be completely honest. First half of the second leg, they were brilliant. Second half of this second leg weren't great, but during extra time, they got done what they needed to get done. And Giovanni von Bronckhorst has got his team to the Europa League semi-final. He's only been in charge since November of last year. He's only managed now 31 games, but across that 31 games, they've won 21 matches, they've drawn 6, they've lost 4, and they're in a European semi-final. A big, big recovery is needed for these players because they've got Celtic in the cup semi-final on Sunday. But that is seriously something else. Some of the fans can't believe it. Neither can I. Carlos Carvajal looks so disappointed. He looks devastated. No one's leaving Ibrox, and I don't blame them. The party has started. No fines for this party because we have got the freedom of Rangers into a semi-final. You've got to feel for the Braga players. They've put a real shift in these 210 minutes of football that they've played. They had the lead from the first leg. They had a really bad start in this first half. They conceded in 2 minutes and in the 4th minute, but thankfully for them that one was disallowed. And they got the equalizer on aggregate to take it to extra time, but they then trailed once again. And Ayuri Medeiros, what on earth was he doing? He got a yellow card for a challenge on Balogun and then went face to face with the referee. He didn't like his attitude and sent him off. 9 men for Braga, and that killed the tie. Honestly, I've nearly been streaming for 3 hours. My throat's gone. Got an headache. I'm tired. I'm not even a Rangers fan, but this game has took it out of me completely. Unbelievable scenes. Conquering Europe isn't for some in Scotland in recent years, but Rangers have risen through the European ranks in recent times and are now the lead figure for Scottish football. Lundstrom, Roof walk round with a Rangers flag round their neck, and they are writing history of their own for this club. The last European trophy they won, Rangers, was in 1972 when they beat Dynamo Moscow. And those Rangers fans can sing through the night. They can enjoy this one. No one can take this away from them. But they have got the tough opposition of RB Leipzig in the next tie. They've got them in 2 weeks' time. But they beat Dortmund, remember, in the playoffs, which would have been the round of 32. They beat Dortmund in that playoff game over 2 legs. So it's definitely on. They can definitely beat RB Leipzig. And Fashion Sakala, he's having a moment with the fans. He's only been brought in at the start of this season. But how can you not feel connected to this club right now if you are a Rangers player? Let's see some of the comments. Roof should have had a hat-trick. He should have. He had 2 goals disallowed, but he got a goal, and it was the most important. It was the one to send Rangers through. Leicester versus Roma semi-final in the Europa Conference League, so I presume Roma have beaten Bodo Glimt in the second leg. Let's have a look at the Europa Conference League. Yeah, beaten 4-0 on the night. Marseille go through. They'll play Feyenoord, who beat Slavia Prague, and Leicester beat PSV. So the Europa Conference League looks hot and spicy. The Europa League looks just unbelievable. And in the Champions League as well. You can't beat European football. Hello, I think I'm returning now. Oh, no, I'm not. The stream's played up a little bit. Oh, jeez. Hopefully I'm returning. If you can let me know, that'd be fantastic. I should be coming back now. If you can hear me, let me know. I do apologise about that. My stream just crashed a little bit. Yeah, if you can let me know when I'm back, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, let's read some more comments. I'm still back. I hope I'm back. If you let me know if I'm back, that'd be great. My stream sometimes just disconnects. Something happens. It happens sometimes. But we're back. Let's just read some more comments. See you in 2 weeks then. Yep, 2 weeks. Today, the first leg of Rangers versus Leipzig will be commentated on this channel. Someone's bitter. Well. Weird how this season we have struggled against 10 men in Europe, but unlike Malmo, we came through this tie. All that matters is that you came through, Mike. I wouldn't really worry about the fact that you struggled against Malmo at the start of the season. That's gone now. You're in the Europa League semi-final. That was hilarious. Braga playing with 9 men, had Rangers. Yeah. Well, yeah. Should have been 5-0 Rangers, but you got to love these crazy matches in Europe. Yeah, definitely. Lead figure? I will say lead figure, because where are Celtic at the minute, by the way? Where are Celtic in Europe? They're not there. So who are the lead figure in Scottish football right now for Europe? Rangers, because they've got to the last 4. When did Celtic get to the last 4 of the Europa League last? Shall we have a look? I don't know that, to be fair. Now let's try and see. Should we try and see when Celtic last got to his thingy? But we won. Yeah, we fear no one. See Sunday. Oh yeah, because remember, Old Firm, quality football Rangers have to take their chances in these next games. Yeah, definitely. Thanks again for the stream. No worry, we'll keep the blue fire flying high. Still a bit laggy though. All right, well, it should be okay now. I hope. Thanks, cheers for the commentary. Treble coming home. But yeah, treble coming home. Well, get that treble first, and then you can start talking. But I just right now, the lead figure is Rangers in Europe in Scottish football. No one. If you argue against me on that, I'm gonna have to disagree. Because Celtic couldn't even get beyond Bodo Glimt in the Europa Conference round of 16. I don't think. So yeah. It's not loading. I think my internet's gone a little bit weird. It's not loading Celtic's previous European runs. But yeah, hopefully the stream's okay now. I'm just glad it happened now, not during the game. If it happened during the game, I would have been in the mud. Thanks to everyone who's still here. Wow. Like I said, my internet's not being great at the minute, so yeah. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's liked, subscribed during the stream, everyone who's complimented the commentary. I do try and, really bring the game to light through my commentaries. And like I said, this is the most successful commentary I've ever had. Views wise, numbers wise, I've never had more than 100 views in one stream. Tonight the most I got was 131 at once, 40 likes. I've gained however many subscribers, can't even count. This will be the most viewed stream I've ever done, and it's all thanks to you guys who have been here tonight. I've got a ring light above my camera to give me better lighting, because if I don't have it on, my lighting looks like this. Oh, no, that's with it on. My bright lighting looks like that, so it's obviously better to have it like that. But shout on my face, I feel like I'm sweating now. But I can't bring up these stats where Celtic last got to a European semi-final. But, they're not there at the minute, are they? So, But yeah, let's just have a look. Europa Conference League, I'll just go through very quickly. Leicester have got through, they'll play Roma, who got through against Bodo Glimt, and Marseille got through, and they'll play Feyenoord in the semi-finals of that. And then for the Europa League as well, this competition, Atalanta and Leipzig played earlier on today. Leipzig got through to the semi-final with a 2-0 away win. They won 3-1 in aggregate. And for this game as well, Rangers 3, Braga 1, 3-2 in aggregate. They got it through against 9 men. And they play Leipzig next week. Away the first leg. They are away in the first leg. That could really curtail how this semi-final goes. A big game in 2 weeks for Rangers. They play Leipzig. In the other semi-finals, in the quarter-finals, Lyon came up short against West Ham with a really poor home performance. West Ham beat them 3-0 away in the end. 4 in aggregate goals from Craig Dawson, Declan Rice and Jared Bowen secured them a place in the Europa League semi-finals. And Barcelona left it a little bit too late in the end. They went 3-2 loss against Frankfurt, 4-3 in aggregate. Frankfurt went 3-0 up in 67 minutes, and then Barcelona got one back in the 91st minute for Busquets, and then got another one back for a Depay penalty in the 101st minute after a red card for a Frankfurt man. But that was a little bit too much, too late. Too little, too late for Barcelona. And they sink out the Europa League. And that means it will be West Ham versus Eintracht Frankfurt at the same time as the other semi-final. So I will have that game on at the same time on my screen so I can keep you up to date with everything that happens in that game. But our main focus will be Rangers away at Leipzig for the first leg. West Ham at home for the first leg against Eintracht Frankfurt. What a set of fixtures we've got going. Let's have a look. Ask the people of Manchester if Rangers should get to another final. Well, the last time Rangers did get to a European final was in the UEFA Cup, and they were beaten by Zenit 1-0 at the Etihad Stadium. Celtic last got into a European semi-final in 1974. 1972 against Inter. 2004 beat Boavista to head to Sevilla. That's what my Google says. UEFA Cup finalist in 2004, so that means obviously you would have got to a semi-final. But like I said during that, and I'm not going to take back what I said. At the minute, the leading figures in Europe for Scotland is Rangers, because in the last couple of years they've got far in the competition. They've performed really well, even when they've got knocked out. And Celtic have been struggling in Europe, and they have for years, to be honest. Celtic didn't do it in the Europa League this season. Crashed out in the group stage, quite embarrassingly. Didn't do it against Bodo Glimt in the Europa Conference League. And Rangers are through to a semi-final. The Europa League is such a difficult competition. It's got such good teams. Over the last few years, I've become such a big fan of the competition. I really have. Some quality games in there. And Celtic, I've got to watch their rivals rise to the top. If you've got an opinion on the game, drop it now. Let me know what you're thinking. Celtic got to Sevilla, mate, but I'm a Rangers fan. Well, yeah, but so when was that? 2004. Okay. That's a long time ago. But in fairness, you know, it's the way things happen, isn't it? It's just, you know, I'm sure Celtic's time will come again at some point in Europe, and they'll have big European nights. I'm not just saying that to be, you know, condescending or anything. I genuinely think Celtic will come back again and they'll have some their big European nights. But right now, it is Rangers who are enjoying, the media, the success, the press, everyone talking about them. And in 2 weeks away to RB Leipzig, it is not going to be hard. It's not going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. It's not going to be easy. But RB Leipzig are 4th in the Bundesliga. Dortmund are 2nd, 9 points ahead. And Rangers knocked out Dortmund in the playoff knockout rounds this season. So everyone will say it's hard and they'll struggle. But you've got to remember they beat Dortmund, so why can't they beat Leipzig? They've also beat Red Star Belgrade. They've also beat Braga, so I think Rangers will pretty much fancy themselves against anyone. RB Leipzig, they've got a really good team. They've got the likes of Golaski in goal, Gavardio at the back. I remember commentating on him in the Euros. He's a great player. Dani Olmo, he's really good for RB Leipzig. And Kunku is really strong. Andre Silva up front. Basically, they've got a really good team. And I will look forward to commentating on that in 2 weeks' time for the first leg, and then the second leg will be the week after at Ibrox, and I'll also be bringing you live updates from the West Ham game on screen as well. As they're just showing the match celebrations of Ali McCoist, big Rangers fan, was in charge of the club from 2011 to 2014. Ali McCoist, during the administration's time that they went through, he's also Rangers' all-time top goal scorer with 355 goals, Ali McCoist. So great to see him celebrating the team's recent successes. Now Dortmund have been shaky and Leipzig gave it their all in Europe, while Dortmund haven't. Yeah, I get that Dortmund didn't really have the strongest of sides at Ibrox when they played here, but I don't know. If you can knock out Dortmund, any Dortmund team, they've got to go in confidently. The fact they're away first can work in two ways. They can either work it where they keep the deficit low, like they did against Braga, where they only got 1 goal down. So if they can go to Leipzig away and lose 2-1, 1-0, that's a great result. Because then, like tonight, they can bring Leipzig back to Ibrox and they'll struggle. They will. They will struggle. I'm not bothered they will. But if they go to that game and get battered 3 or 4-0, which can happen, then you might already see the game as over. Because if Leipzig nick 1 at Ibrox and it's 4-0 in aggregate or 5-0 in aggregate, it's game over. So this playing away first for Rangers can work 2 ways. It can work positively, where they either go and get a result and bring a result back to Rangers, or they lose by maybe 1 goal, and that won't be bad. Or they could get battered away, because Leipzig away will definitely be difficult, because they're usually Champions League opposition, aren't they? RB Leipzig. It's only because they're in the group of death they're not in it, because they were in the same group as PSG and Manchester City. That's the reason they're in the Europa League this year. Usually they would be in the Champions League, wouldn't they? But not to be. Definitely not to be. But let's just see. 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks, we'll know if Rangers are in the Europa League semi-final. And usually Europa League finals are on YouTube to watch for free, but I might commentate on it just for the sake of it. Even though you can watch it for free on YouTube, I might have to commentate on that. I've not done a European final yet, commentary, because they're usually streamed live by BT Sport on YouTube, so I've usually just not done it because it's on YouTube already, where you can watch the game. But yeah, I just can't believe this. Over 3 hours. I don't even know what I need. I can't even talk. Let's quickly just go through the Champions League as well. We might as well. So on Tuesday night, you would have seen the historic win for Villarreal. They drew 1-1 with Bayern on the night at the Allianz Arena. 88th minute winner on aggregate to go through 2-1. They'll play Liverpool, who drew 3-3 in their second leg, but won 6-4 on aggregate after a 3-1 win in the first leg. And then the main games of the quarterfinals, Chelsea did win 3-2 on the night against Real Madrid in a great performance, but it wasn't enough for Benzema masterclass again, coming up with the goal, put Real Madrid through, even though, they've not been great in the Champions League this season. In the group stage, they struggle massively. In the knockouts, they've been nothing short of absolutely superb. If we're going to be completely honest, knocking out PSG, now Chelsea, and they face Manchester City, who overcame the obstacle of Atletico Madrid. 1-0 in the first leg, 0-0 last night. But what happened in those last few minutes of that game is ridiculous. If you've got an opinion, let me know. Because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was just, for me, I've seen a mixture of opinions. I've seen like, it was good to see. We don't see it too often. Nice to see the aggression. But for me, it was just a bit too far. I felt personally, like, don't get me wrong, it was exciting to watch. It was quite funny at times, just to see, like, we didn't know where to look. But I think, we spoke about it slightly just before the game, but I think you can't be doing that, to be honest, with such a young audience watching probably, and that's not really what you want to be showing them. You might have seen the comments from the Northern Ireland international women's manager. He came out saying women are too emotional when conceding a goal. That got a big backlash. And then a lot of people argued back, and I found quite funny, and I completely agreed. And a lot of people said that men are too emotional to play football, because obviously they were clearly too emotional yesterday, weren't they? Atletico Madrid to cause all that commotion on the pitch. So you can go both ways. But yeah, we've got some fantastic European semi-finals coming up. We've got Manchester City versus Real Madrid. We've got Liverpool versus Villarreal. We've got Rangers versus RB Leipzig. We've got West Ham versus Eintracht Frankfurt. We've got Leicester versus Roma. We've got, can I remember? Feyenoord versus Marseille in the Europa Conference League. We have got 6 semi-finals. 6 semi-finals that are going to be fantastic. I'm slightly annoyed that the Europa League ones are on the same day at the same time. That's slightly annoying. I'd love to see West Ham play against Eintracht Frankfurt properly, but like I said, in 2 weeks, when they're playing their game against Frankfurt and we're commentating and putting our focus on the Rangers game, we will have West Ham on the screen. And we'll keep up to date, because we hope Rangers and West Ham can both go through. We hope, Liverpool can go through, because they're English, and City as well. Wow. Commentary better than I've heard for a long time. Keep doing what you do. Thank you very much, Simon. Cheers. Rangers did so much. Your commentary is so superb. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the comment. I can't believe 33 people are still here. I'm not even joking. On an average commentary, I get averaged about 8 to, on a good day, 14 viewers. So to have 133 at once today for the first, I never got more than 100 at once. To see that today was unbelievable. And the game's been over for what? However, how long has the game been done now? The game would have finished a long time ago. I didn't say what time, but it's nearly 11 o'clock. I started talking at 10 to 8. So, 3 hours and 10 minutes on the stream. It's ridiculous. I'm on the Jers. Let's go. But yeah, that's all for me. My battery's run out. I don't think I put so much energy into a commentary in my life. If you've missed any of the goals, in terms of my commentary for the goals, this will come out as a video later on. And for some reason, it takes a bit of time to upload as a video after the stream, usually. But if you go on my playlist and go on live commentaries, it should upload early on there. So if you missed a goal and you want to see my commentary for it, go on that. I did forget to put the timer on for the second half, so you're gonna have to just judge when the goals went in for that, and you can watch back, because like I said, that first Tavernier goal, I went crazy. So yeah, if you want to go and check them out, you can. All my commentaries are in a playlist on the channel that you can go check out if you want. Cheers, good night. Cheers and a mixer, always on the channel, doing really well with being a mod. You're here all the time, I really do appreciate you a lot. So Liam as well, delete the comments, so you're in the stream as well, mate, so cheers as well for helping out with the moderating and stuff like that. Some of the things I just don't see. But yeah, like I said, I'm commentating here Saturday 12:30 kickoff, where Tottenham play Brighton. If you're interested in that, that is on Saturday 12:30. I'll get that scheduled tonight when I'm done here. 2 weeks today, RB Leipzig, Rangers, first leg, semi-final, live commentary here. Let's break some more numbers. Let's get more people in these streams, and let's get a really cracking stream in 2 weeks' time, because I know we can do it. 40 likes. I don't know even how many subscribers we've gained. It's too many for me to even count, and too many for me to even thank every individual. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this stream. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching. It's a record-breaking stream tonight in terms of numbers. It's been a record-breaking game for Rangers. They reach a European semi-final for the first time since 2008, where they took on Fiorentina and did win and get to a cup final. So can they do it again? Rangers didn't get through it the easy way, but they win 3-1 against Braga, who eventually had 9 men. Braga march through. They take on RB Leipzig in the semi-finals for the first time since 2008. Can Rangers reach a European Cup final? See you on Saturday or in 2 weeks, where they take on RB Leipzig in the first leg away from home.